Hello everyone, I'm Metis Balaska and welcome to the stream. So, last time, after forcing Taiga to comply with letting Saber and Rin stay in the house, we started training with Saber. We met Assassin, and now hey Yumi, welcome to the stream. How was your day? And now we are going to have a talk to Ilya, the girl who tried to have Berserker's master, who tried to have us killed. Isn't this a weird turn of events? So let us get to the game. Ilya and I are the only two in the park. A little way is from the shopping district. Kids are in school at this hour, or maybe the park's not as popular anymore. Our conversation begins in the tense, wintry air of the park. So let's talk. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to know about Saber? We're masters. Don't you want to get information about the other servants? I don't really find anything in particular boring, but okay, what do you think is fun? How else do you grow closer to someone without wanting to kill them first? So you brought me out here not knowing what to talk about. Didn't anyone teach you to think before you act? They didn't, did they? Then from now on, you're going to be a proper, thoughtful adult. Good Lord. She smiles and leans against my shoulder. She doesn't seem like she's being touchy-feely. If anything, it's like a small animal huddling against something to stay warm. Huh. Now that I'm paying more attention, she does look cold. Ilya, are you cold? Which is really funny because she's Russian. She breathes out a puff of white mist. Though she says she doesn't like the cold, she seems enchanted by her misting breath. I see, it's a lot colder than usual today. You'll just have to endure the cold for now, but where did you come from? Your name sounds kind of noble or something. Bitch! Huh? You were born in a cold country? Shouldn't you be used to the cold then? Yeah, obviously, I'd rather it be warm than cold. Isn't her father sweet? He raised such an adorable little psychopath. I clap my hands together in wonderment. Now that she mentions it, I realize something. I didn't know what Ilya reminded me of, but if ever there was such a thing as a snow fairing, it'd probably look like her. Your dad's pretty clever. Your hair is like snow, soft and white.
でしょ？この髪はね、イリアの自慢なんだから。私の中で唯一女の子らしい母様譲りの髪なんだ。
Ilya giggles softly. Seeing her acting this way leaves me numb. If I hadn't already seen it myself, I'd never believe this girl could be Berserker's master.
ねえ、シロは？シロはお父さんから譲ってもらったものってあるの？あ、魔術刻印っていうのはなしよ。マスターとしてじゃなくて、お父さんとして譲ってもらったものだよ。
My parents are dead! All of them! Even my adopted dad! Huh? Me? I guess the last thing I got from him was the house. Before that was my last name, and the first thing I got was a chance to start living again when I was about to die. I was the only one Kuretsugu managed to save in that fire 10 years ago. Let's see, I didn't get any physical features as like you did from your parents, but I think I got plenty of things that were just as good. Ilya looks delighted, as if there was a story about her. Who wouldn't be happy seeing a smile like that?
でも、今の話だと、シロは魔術刻印を受け取らなかったんだ。おかしいな。じゃあ、シロはマスターじゃないの？
I hope in the remaster Berserker get its batteries for her. Huh? Well, I'm an apprentice mage without a magic crest, but I'm a master. I'm a master. Now that you mention it, you're a master, which makes you a mage, right?
私、魔術師なんかじゃなくて、マスターだよ。普通の魔術なんて教わらなかったもの。
That's why I make the big scary man kill everyone. Huh? Then you didn't inherit your parents' magic crest? I thought your family was a prominent one, since you have a castle and all.
そうだけど、魔術刻印ってマスターになるためのものじゃないの？だからマスターだよ、私。
Ilya tilts her head in confusion. Huh? Now I'm confused too. Ilya's words seem off. It feels like we're each having a different conversation here. Hey Ilya, let me ask something. Where do you live? It sounds like you came here just for the Holy Grail War. Does that mean you're living in a hotel right now? Well, for starters, it'd be bad if she didn't have a guardian. Letting a child like her come to Japan and on her own and is just terrible parenting. Dude, she's got a giant fucking monster. That's the best guardian there is. No one's gonna fuck with this child.
ホテル？それって別荘のこと？
Yeah, I guess so. Not a house, but somewhere you stay.
それならあるよ。ほら、あっちに大きな森があるよね。そこの奥におじいさまのおじいさまが建てた洋館があるの。アインツベルンのマスターはね、聖杯戦争の時はそこに住むんだって。
She's so rich, she has houses across countries. Ilya points west. Yeah, there's a deep forest in the mountain there. The place hasn't been developed yet. It takes about an hour to get to that forest by car. Did you come all the way from there alone?
今日は抜け出してきたの。セラもリーゼリットもメイドのくせにうるさいんだもん。せっかく日本に来たんだから、その間ぐらいは外に出てもいいと思うの。欲しいものは何だって手に入ったけど、 屋に閉じこもってたんだから、これくらいはご褒美なの。
Huh? You were locked up in your room?
うん。雪が降るとね、体に悪いから外に出してもらえなかったの。だから大抵は部屋の中で遊んでたんだ。あ、でも大丈夫だよ。こっちはお城ほど寒くないから一人でも平気だもん。
The blood of my victims warms me up. Ilya beams proudly. She swings her legs back and forth, seeming to be genuinely enjoying herself. I find myself reaching into my grocery bag. I take out the doriyaki, a Japanese pancake sandwich filled with red bean paste. I brought it to give to Saber, but without knowing why, I handed it to Ilya. Want it? It's not the fanciest thing, but it's good.
何それ？食べ物？
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sweets, but this is the only exception. And this was a favorite tea snack my old man and I shared.
くれるの？
Yeah, it's not good if you eat it alone, so let's eat it together. I hand her the doriyaki. Ilya hesitates, but takes the unfamiliar snack.
ありがとう。
Happily, she takes a bite of the doriyaki. She practically devours the thing. I nibble my doriyaki and try to stop myself from being overwhelmed by the shocking thought I've just had. I don't believe myself. For reasons I simply can't understand, I just found myself thinking it would be nice to have a little sister like her. But honestly, I think Ilya is too innocent. Dude. She was laughing as she was trying to kill us last time. She might be an innocent young girl who hasn't learned the difference between good and evil. Honestly, I can't begin to imagine how a mage family raises a child. Let's not get into that. But I know without a doubt that Ilya wasn't raised in a normal environment. Tosaka may act the way she does, but she is a mage at heart. She understands the gravity of the Holy Grail War and knows that the killings between masters are murder. But this girl may have become a master without really appreciating what it means to kill people. I haven't been talking to her long, but I don't think Ilya's the sort who'd choose to kill anyone. If that's the case, Ilya, there's something serious I want to talk to you about. But then, Ilya suddenly raises her head as if someone just called for her. Ilya, what's wrong? Did something happen?
もう帰らないと。バーサーカーが起きちゃった。
So, does that mean you'll probably come charging here ready to kill shit? She jumps off the bench. Ilya runs out of the park without so much as a goodbye. She disappears in an instant. I go back to the house. I decided to keep quiet about meeting Ilya. This is the sort of thing I should be sharing right away, and I know it, but I don't feel like talking about it. Ilya wasn't acting like a master in the park. She talked about trivial things we talked about trivial things and casually parted ways. So I hesitate to bring up what happened today to the others. I feel bad for keeping secrets, but I don't want to think of the little girl I met today as my enemy. After lunch with Saber, we resume our training in the dojo, and next thing I know, it's time for dinner. I rest fatigued after my training with Saber, so I take a bath and rinse the sweat off. By the time I head to the living room, dinner is ready. I'm a little moved. It's really nice to come out of the bath and find dinner ready without doing anything.
エミヤ君、夕食だけど。何よ、バカみたいに立ち尽くして。
By the time, it's dinner time, I mean you gotta make dinner. Let's go. And yet, why does she have to ruin the moment? Nothing. It's dinner, right? I'm ready to eat. Where's Saber?
セイバーさんならシローの部屋に行ったみたいだけど、会わなかった？おかしいな。さっきまでここにいたけど。旅館みたいに入り組んだ家だからすれ違ったんじゃない？いいわ。セイバーは私が呼んでくるから、エミヤ君はもう一度洗面所に行ってきなさい。髪、よく乾いてないわよ。
Oh, you're right. Okay, then I'll leave Saber to you. Oh no, is it gonna happen? Is it gonna happen? I wave to Tosaka and step back into the hallway. As Tosaka said, the Amiya house was built with all kinds of passages in the corridors. One of the most notable examples of this is the various routes to the bathroom. You can get there from my room or the living room. I head into the bathroom. I don't like to use the dryer, so I'll just use the towel I used earlier to dry my hair. Oh dear. And in that moment, yeah, I think they changed this because this used to be a full-on CG scene with Saber in the bath. I forgot everything that happened today.
シロ、二度湯のようですが、今は私が使っています。できれば遠慮してもらえると助かるのですが。
I need to explain myself. I need to explain that this is all an accident, but my mind has gone completely blank. The horny has taken over. The sign in front of me is enough to erase anything that's happened today from my mind.
シロ、湯にのぼせたのですか？耳まで真っ赤ですが、体を冷やすのなら縁側に出るべきです。
No, yeah, I'll do that. But before I do, I should apologize. I avert my gaze from Saber and try to calm my pounding heart. This was an accident, and, well, actually, there's not really much for me to explain myself now that we've actually run into each other like this. So go on, get mad at me, Saber. I try to keep my eyes averted and calm myself down at the same time. Saber thinks for a while, then says, I do as I'm told. Hey, wait, why are you still like that?
が謝るほどのことではありませんから。このような場面を見たところで気にする必要はないと言いたいのです。
Come again?
以前にも言ったでしょう。サーバントにとって性別などさまつなことだと。シローは私の体を見て慌てているようですが、私は女性である前にサーバントです。ですから、そのような気遣いは不要かと。
What? What is Saber saying? Even as Saber insists, the fact of the matter remains that she's a girl. But then again, I don't think it gonna be the case. But could Saber be? Let me ask you something. Are you saying you're not the least embarrassed about changing in front of me, Saber?
なぜ恥じる必要があるのです。
I figured as much. It doesn't matter that Saber doesn't care, though. I really do. Sorry, just let me apologize. If something like this happens again, you can do whatever you want with me. I do a quick 180 and rush awkwardly out of the dressing room. Saber stares at me oddly as I leave. We finished dinner. It was probably the typical dinner, except it didn't feel that way. I lost my appetite since the incident in the bathroom. So cold. I had opened a window from the veranda and let the outside wind cool my head, but I need to stop. I'm going to catch a cold if I keep this up. Saber, do you have something? Did you have something? Oh. I smacked my forehead. I completely forgot. Thanks, I'll head over there right away. I rush to the outbuilding and head upstairs. I knock on the door to the guest room that Tosaka has taken occupancy in. We walk in, she's also wearing a towel. What are you staring at? Tosaka's voice sounds from inside the room, but she sounds a little unnerved. No, we catch her taking drugs. I walk in to see Tosaka holding a jewel in her hand, a syringe in the other, and a handkerchief in her mouth. I have questions, Tosaka. She sticks a needle into her arm as she speaks, her mouth full. She draws blood into the syringe. Tosaka slowly drips blood from the syringe onto the jewel, then grips it tightly. Rin, there are easier ways to check your blood sugar, Rin. A wave of vertigo washes over me. I can tell it's a ripple of magical energy. I've been putting blood into it all day. Tosaka slumps her shoulder in disappointment and puts the stone back into a jewelry box. Tosaka, I came here to learn from you as promised. But before we get to that, I'm curious about what I just saw. Right, we're going to get a lot of annoying puzzles for you. We're gonna start with expert level Sudoku. Hey Nanalia, welcome to the stream. How's your day? Thanks for the redeems. Saber said she wasn't good at teaching, but I'm guessing this will be quite this will be the total opposite. Anyway. My day's been good. I started rewatching Ruby today because I just thought it's time I catch up with it. I stopped. I ended up falling off watching it at season 4 or something like that. So I really need to catch up. Actually, before we start, I need to know, or else it's going to bother me. What the hell were you just doing? Sticking yourself with a needle is dangerous.
めただけよ。うちの魔術は力の流動と転換だからね。こうやって余裕があるときは自分の魔力をよそに移しておくのよ。
Wait, what are magic bullets? And what's the point of transferring magical energy? So she can put it in a gun and shoot it, you moron!
魔弾は魔弾よ。魔力のこもった弾。宝石は人の念が宿りやすいって聞いたことない？実際宝石は魔力を貯めやすいものなんだけど、うちの家系はさらに相性がいいみたいなのよね。魔力を込めるっていうのは、例えば今日一日何もしなかったら体力は余ってるでしょ。その余った分の力を宝石に溜め込んでおくの。これを何日、何ヶ月、何年と続けて宝石自体を魔術にするのよ。
And then you can shoot them out of a gun. I mean, it wouldn't be far off. There's a dude in an Apocrypha who shoots a shotgun with like dismembered dismembered thumbs. I am not kidding.
もっとも宝石自体にだってキャパはあるし、自分から離れた魔力なんてものは操れない。宝石に込めた魔力っていうのは、あくまで大魔術を瞬間的に発動させるためだけのイグニッションに過ぎないけどね。
So you're saying you fill the jewels with your own magical energy as backup?
バックアップ。近いけど違うっていうか、使い捨てのリュックサックの中身を詰めてるだけよ。
So it's like you're temporarily expanding a computer hard disk. That's amazing. You'd be able to use as much magecraft as you want with that kind of skill. I don't think so. She just said that it takes a lot of time.
ハードディスク？あんたの言ってることはよくわからないけど、そこまで便利なものじゃないわよ。魔力は宝石に込めた時点で、その宝石の属性に染まるから用途は限られてしまうわけだし。
Yeah, the magical energy never ceases to surprise me. I didn't know you could store it like that. Why don't other mages do something so useful?
自分以外のものに魔力を貯めるっていうのは特殊なのよ。シロンの強化だって物に魔力を込めているってことでしょ。通常ね、魔力の通ったものは何らかの変化をしてその魔力を使い切ってしまうものなの。魔術の効果は瞬間であって永続じゃないでしょ。で、うちの家系はそうならないようにうまく宝石に魔力を流動させて永続的なものにしているんだけど、他の魔術師だって自分の体になら同じようなことはできるわ。それが魔術国威。あらゆる魔術師が持ってる魔術のバックアップじゃない。
Magic crests. Oh yeah, secrets that parents pass down to their children. I don't have anything like that, so I'm kind of clueless about them.
ちょっと、あんた今なんて言ったの？
Huh? Well, I just said I don't have a magic crest. My old man had one, but I didn't inherit it. Tosaka catches her breath, and then and the next minute she seems to understand.
道理で素人同然なわけだ。じゃあ本当に一からやってるのね。なら確かにしょうがないか。
Tosaka, haven't you known I don't have a maid's crest for a long time now?
そんなわけないでしょ。知ってたら一人でなんか行動させなかったわよ。そりゃ半人前だなって思ってたけど、魔術刻印がないならそもそも魔術師じゃないじゃない、シロは。
She huffs at me, seeming to be complaining. But what is this? Her voice sounds almost warm, like she is a little bit relieved, like she's jealous as I'm not a mage.
まあいいわ。そういうことなら一から説明してあげる。魔術刻印が何なのかを知るってことは、魔術師ってものを知るってことだから。はい、シロはそこに座って。大事な話だから、ちゃんと腰を落ち着かせて聞くこと。
Just like sit on get on the bed, pull down your pants, and then show your ass to me. We're going to inject this right into your rear end. Right here? Okay, go ahead. I raise myself and look straight at Tosaka. Tosaka nods approvingly, satisfied by my show of seriousness.
じゃあ簡単な話から入るけど、魔術を使うのに必要なものが魔力だってことは知ってるわよね。魔術さえ発動させられるなら、それらは全て魔力と言い換えても差し支えはないわ。魔力の種類は千差万別。自分だけの精神力を持って魔術を使用する者もいれば、自分以外の対価を持って魔術を使用する者もいる。ここまでは知ってるでしょ？
Yeah, you're talking about mana and odd. Mana is magical energy that it's found throughout the world, while odd is magical energy an individual can create themselves.
そうそう、よくできました。じゃあそのマナーを用いた魔術から順に説明しましょう。いい？シロ、積み重ねた歴史が浅い魔術師、要するにシロのことねは、すでに形あるものを持って魔力となすの。これは古くからシステムとして確立している儀式、供物を持って神秘と接触する方法よ。自身の力だけでは足りないから、代価を用意して取引するというフォーマルクラフト。これなら術者の魔力が希薄でも魔術は作用する。何しろ使用する魔力は自分からではなくマナから借り受けるものだから、術者はただ儀式を行うだけでいい。
Alright, so show the way to Satan. I'm ready to make a deal.
けどまあ、こういうのは知識がないとできないからね。シロにはまだ無理だし、そもそもこういう血生臭いのは向いてないわ、あなたには。
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do stuff like sacrifice chickens or pray a whole night inside a magic circle.
でしょ？じゃあこれは置いといて、次はオド、つまり魔術師個人の力で行う魔術のこと。もう言うまでもないと思うけど、これが私やあなたの基本的な魔術講師よ。シロの強化は他者の力を借りないでする自身の魔術回路だけを頼りにした魔術でしょ。
I nod. It seems she's getting into the nitty-gritty stuff now.
その自分だけの魔力を生成する機能、魔術回路っていうのは先祖代々受け継がれる遺伝体質なの。魔術回路は何代も重ねて鍛え上げられ、より強さを増して子孫に継承されるわ。魔術師の家系の子供はそれだけで魔術に適した人間ってわけ。フェアじゃないけど、私とシローはスタート地点からして違うってことよ。
I know that. It doesn't bother me. Keep going.
別に気にしてなんかないけど。まあいいわ。それでね、そういった魔術回路とは別に、その家系が代々鍛え上げてきた秘伝の魔術っていうのがあるのよ。さっきの宝石と似てるかな。一つの魔術を極めるとね、魔術師にはその魔術が手に取れるようになるの。 来なら形のないただの公式に過ぎない魔術を手に取れる感覚ってわかる？
I don't, but I'm guessing it's like it becomes a part of your body?
ご名答。扱われる式という域を超えて、もはや自分自身となった魔術っていうのは形に残せるのよ。それは不安定な魔術を確立させる偉業であり、同時にその魔術師が生きた証でもある。で、魔術師は死ぬ間際に自分が成し得た偉業を刻印として後継者に譲るのよ。これをやるから自分が成し得なかった地点に到達しろ。もしかしたらわしが残した刻印が何かの役に立つかもしれんってね。まあ残した方も残された方もそんな刻印が何の役にも立たないって分かってるんだけどさ。
Huh? What? Are you saying that something so awesome is useless?
立つわよ。普通に魔術師やってれば刻印一つで左打ちはっていうぐらい役に立つわ。まあけどそれは自動車をもらったようなものなのよ。どんなに地上を速く走れても月にはたどり着けないんだから。
Huh?
いいから話の続き。もう分かったと思うけど、その刻印っていうのが魔術刻印なの。その家柄の当主が一生をかけて完成させた魔術を刻印にして子孫に譲り、子孫はさらに次の魔術を完成させて刻印を増やし、また子孫に継承する。そうして複雑さを増し、深い歴史を刻んだものが魔術刻印。魔術師にとって逃れようのない縛りってこと。
So what you're saying is that the entire history of Mage family is recorded in these magic crests?
ああ、それは違う。家系の記録はちゃんと書物で残してるわよ。魔術刻印にあるのは単純に魔術だけなの。
Dear Magic Crest, today I learned...
勝手に呪文演唱をしてくれたり、自分が習得していない魔術も使えたりするだけ。わかりやすく言えば、自分の体に魔法陣を刻んでいるようなものかな。
Huh, then doesn't that mean you can engrave the crests onto anyone? And magic crests are all you need. Then you can draw as many as you want as long as you know the shape.
それがそういうわけにもいかないのよ。魔術刻印っていうのはね、生き物みたいなものなの。臓器を移植することに近いわ。臓器は一つしかないものだから、何人かに分け与えるとか写本するとかそういったことはできないの。心臓を2つに分けても意味ないでしょ。結局分けても機能しなくなるだけなんだから。
And that's why you split it into thirds. It's more efficient. Oh yeah, you have a point. Does that mean you also have a crest implanted in you too?
移植ってのは我ながら後ろ向きな例えだったわね。私の場合は左腕、肩から手までびっしりね。ただ魔術刻印は使わなければ浮かび上がらないから、霊樹と違って隠す必要はないわ。まあそんなわけだから、魔術師の家系っていうのは一子相伝だったりするの。その家に兄弟がいた場合、どちらかは魔術を教えられずに一般人として暮らすのが常なのよ。だって魔術刻印を渡せないんだから、魔術師として大成されてもあまり意味がないもの。
Yeah, Shinji said that too. I get it. So that's why Sakura wasn't taught any magecraft.
ええ。けどマトの 何代か前から刻印の継承自体が止まってるわ。だから神事に教えられたのは魔導の知識だけなんでしょう。ほんとそういう手合いが一番厄介なのよね。魔術ってものを実感できないくせに魔術を使おうって言うんだから。
Tasaka sighed a deep breath, swearing quietly.
さて、魔術を教えるってことだったけど、ちょっと予定が変わったわ。四郎に魔術刻印がないんなら、違った方針を立てないといけないし。
And that's where the syringe comes in. Turn around, Shiro.
うん。今夜はここでお開きにしましょう。明日までにはいろいろと用意しておくから、それまで待ってちょうだい。
Oh, I'll just have to trust you then. And what do you mean you're going to prepare things?
だからいろいろよ。刻印がないってことは、あなたスイッチできないんでしょ？体の中身をいじるんだから、お薬とか矯正器具とか必要じゃない？
I need to get my scalpel and everything. A chill runs down my spine.
何？嫌だって言うんならやめるけど、その場合、私が教えてあげられることはなくなるわよ。
Well, I don't want to, but I'm still going to ask you. Whatever you say is probably the right way to go.
じゃあ、明日はそれで決まりね。そうだ。あなた、明日もセイバーと剣の鍛錬をするつもり？
Huh? Well, yeah, I'm concerned about the battlefield over the school, but there's still some time before it activates. I want to at least be able to fight by then.
まあいいけど、その割にはセイバーとはうまくいってないようじゃない？
Well,
夕食前までは普通に話せてたのに、夕食から妙に黙り込んでたし。念のために聞くけど、あなたたちうまくいってるんでしょうね。いざ戦闘って時に仲違いされたら、私たちまで被害を受けるんだから。
well, that's not quite the problem. It's just that something happened right before dinner, and now things are awkward. That's all, but I'm not sure if Saber and I are really getting along. When I spent all day dueling her, I think I got a sense of what Saber is like. I trust Saber as an ally, no question about that. But if someone asked me how I feel about Saber in other senses, I wouldn't know how to answer. Because I lost all sense in that very moment. It's hard to say, but what about you, Tosaka? Do you like Saber?
好きよ。だって嫌いになる要素がないじゃない。強いし、礼儀正しいし、綺麗だし。うちの皮肉屋とは大違いだわ。
Huh, I see. So you like Saber.
何よ。素直に好きな部類だって言っただけでしょ。あなたね、そのストレートな物言いは直しなさい。いろいろ敵を作りやすいから。
Baka! Also, goodbye. I refuse. I've never been good with words anyway.
そうでしょうよ。嫌味とか皮肉とか口にしなさそうだものね、シロは。ええ、どうせ私のことなんて口うるさい嫌味なやつだとか思ってるでしょ。
Why would I think that? I like the way you say things. Otherwise, I wouldn't feel it's really coming from you. Crap. I might have struck a nerve. Tosaka runs away pouting. But I have to admit, I feel a little better, even happy knowing that Tosaka likes Saber. The day ends. I still feel uneasy with Saber sleeping so close by, so I escape to the shed. I stop and look up at the winter sky, not because the night is particularly beautiful. I'm just feeling the winter chill in a daze, doing nothing because it calms me. I don't know how much time passed. I think I heard footsteps in the darkness. Who's there? There's no answer. Footsteps approach, and I feel a piercing presence. I crouch, ready to jump back at any time. Hey, I asked who's there. There's no answer. The footsteps never stop, and the person finally appears before me. You're the servant who fought Lancer at the school the other night. The red-armored knight saber beat when he leaped over the wall. Are you Tosaka's servant, Archer? The man's lips curve upward. He smiled. Can I take that as confirmation? Something about him annoys me. For no reason I can really understand, I find myself irritated. I can't make myself like this. I can't make myself like this guy. I've never talked to him before, and he's never attacked me before. But I realize something the instant I see his face. I can't respect this man. He has a face I just want to punch. There's no reason for it that I can think of, but he and I aren't going to get along. I'm probably not the only one who feels like this. Archer probably feels the same way. There must be a total of 3 people in the world with whom I'm just completely incompatible. That's how bad it is. I wouldn't be surprised if he was as irritable around me too. What do you want? I thought you were going to stay on guard until your wounds healed up.
無論そのつもりだ。私の傷が治り次第、このくだらん協定も終わらせる。故に、お前と話すことなどないと今まで傍観していたのだがな。
Don't let me stop you from spectating then. There's nothing I want to talk to you about either.
そうしたいのは山々だが、見逃せないことがあってな。お前、サイバーには戦わせないらしいな。
What's wrong with that? My reply is impulsive. He glares. With a fair amount of hostility, Archer makes it clear he sees right through me.
やはりな。小僧の考えそうなことだ。他人の助けはいらない。できることは全て自分でやる。加えて、犠牲者は一人も出したくないか。虫唾が走るな、その思考。
What? You have no right to tell me that. I'm only doing what I think is right. You have no reason to complain.
筋合いはある。同じサーバントとして、セイバーの苦労は理解できるからな。お前のようなマスターでは、セイバーの負担も大きかろう。
He's not lying. But what really ticks me off is I didn't want to hear from him of all people. Screw you, I'm not a burden to Saber. I'm going to fight in her place, so there shouldn't be a problem. We're gonna die until you don't die anymore.
戦わなければ傷つかないとでも。サーバントは戦うためだけの存在だ。それから戦いを奪うことこそ冒涜だが。まあ、お前に言っても始まるまい。
Having said what was on his mind, Archer falls silent. A few minutes pass. The two of us just stare at each other. I gulp. His cold sweat seems to be trying to probe my inside. His cold stare seems to be trying to probe my insides. His cold sweat. And then suddenly...
それで、どうなのだ、セイバーのマスターよ。
The Red Knight seems calm as he asks his question. What do you mean?
お前は本気で戦わずにこの争いを終わらせるつもりか。 誰とも争わず、誰も殺さず、誰をも殺させないと。
I never said I won't fight. I'll fight if I need to fight.
なるほど。それで戦っても誰も殺さないと。
Yeah, got a problem with
お
that?
前の甘ったるい考えに邪魔などせんよ。そんな余裕はないし、そこまで推強ではない。
Archer turns his back to me.
だが間違えるな。お前が気取る正義の味方とはただの掃除屋だ。その方法で救える者は生き残った者だけと知れ。
I don't know why, but it felt like Archer was just beating up on me for no reason. Wait, what do you mean a champion of justice is just a
お前
cleaner?
も気がついているはずだがな。いいか、その方法では悲しい出来事、悲惨、もともとそれが限界なのだ。いいか、その方法では悲しい出来事、悲惨な死を元に戻すことはできない。正義の味方なんてものは起きた出来事を効率よく片付けるだけの存在だ。お前はお前が救いたいと思うものをこそ絶対に救えない。
That's not true. The idea that you can't save the person you're reaching out to save is wrong.
理想論はあくまで理想に過ぎない。お前が理想を抱き続ける限り現実との摩擦は増え続ける。お前が取ろうとしている道はそういうものだ。ならばいつか現実に直面し、その折り合いのツケを支払う時が来る。お前のその選択が多くの命を奪うこともあるだろうよ。
What?
覚悟ぐらいはしておけ。己の歪小さを実感した時、まず何を正し誰を罰するかと。それができぬようなら、その夢もその魔術も今すぐ捨てるのだな。
Archer disappears into the darkness.
いいか、誰が何をしようと救われぬ者というのは確固として存在する。お前の理想で救える者はお前の理想だけだ。人間にできることなどあまりにも少ない。それでも
Hey, wait, what the hell are you trying to say? My question is swallowed up in the darkness. Archer is already gone, and I'm just talking to the empty air. He has dissolved into the darkness. He is edgelord. What the hell's with him? He just showed up, unloaded a bunch of crap on me, and disappeared. He was telling me that my thinking is too idealistic, and I'm going to suffer for it soon. But how can I decide something is wrong before I even tried it? I'm ready. If I'm wrong, I'll just have to pay for that mistake with my life. That's my resolve as a mage. Archer doesn't have to remind me that. I really can't stand that guy. But something he says bothers me. No matter what anyone does, there will always be those who can't be saved. There is so little a human can do. But even so, can I keep pursuing my ideal without ever looking back? I muttered to myself. It felt like that's what Archer wanted to say. Yeah, these are all for path divergence and bad ends. Swords of Magic 2.
行ってくるねシロ。今日はお土産買ってきてあげるからおとなしくしてるのよ。
Don't have any crazy parties now! Fujini waits as she heads out for work.
私も行くわ。今日はうちに寄ってくるから遅くなるけど、夕飯までには戻るから。留守中、警察のことはしないようにね。
Alright then. It's 7:30 in the morning. I see the two of them off without incident, so there's only one thing left to do now. Okay, we're going to continue where we left off yesterday. Let's head to the dojo, Saber.
すぐに鍛錬を始めるのですか。朝食をとったばかりですし、少し間を取るべきではないでしょうか。
Don't worry about that. I've trained myself to the point where stuff like that doesn't affect me. And today's breakfast was bread, right? I don't live an unhealthy enough lifestyle for something like that to affect me.
はあ、シロがいいというのでしたら、私は構いませんが。
Good. Then let's just go. I spent all night coming up with ways to get at least one hit in, so I want to show you the fruits of my labor. I'm unable to dodge Saber's counterattack. Both the Shinai and I tumble to the ground. Ha! My fingers tingle where they grip the Shinai. Saber's counterattack lands as I lunge in with all my might. I figured brute force was my only option. No shock that I dropped my Shinai and fell right on my ass after an attack like that. Damn, I thought that would work.
シロはその判断が甘い。
You fucking idiot!
いいですか。シロが捨て身になったところでサーバントは倒せません。勝ち気なのはいいですが、それも相手を見てください。
That may be true, but I'll lose if I stay on the defensive. I have to strike if I find an opening.
その通りですが、シロはそのチャンスの生かし方を理解していません。捨て身で仕掛けるのならば、それにふさわしい好機を待つべきです。
That goes without saying. I saw you looking away for a brief second and that last time. I've only seen you do that maybe one other time, so I thought it was my chance.
とっさにその判断ができたのは評価しますが、今のはあえて作った隙です。この程度では動じないだろうと期待して視線をそらしたのですが、まさか一直線に踏み込んでくるとは思いませんでした。
That's pretty mean, Saber. You shouldn't mock amateurs like that.
からかってなどいません。こちらで仕掛けた策であれ、好きである以上は多少のリスクを負います。もっとも視線をそらした程度のリスクと、捨て身で突進してくるシロのリスクは計りにかけるまでもありませんが。
So what you're saying is that I should be less obvious about seizing the opportunity. If I make a big obvious attack, I'm squandering the opportunity. So you're saying I should be considering the opportunity and acting to suit it.
はい。ですから、後期の大小の読み分けをしっかりしてください。ですが、昨日よりは格段に生き死にの境界線には鋭敏になっていますね。危険を察知する感覚が身についてくれば、誰と戦い、何を打つべきかはおのずと絞られてきますから。
And you won't be such a fucking moron all the time. Saber looks pleased. Crap. Unless it's my imagination, she seems happy to see her student improving a bit.
そろそろ休憩時間ですね。水を汲んできましょうか、シロ。
No need, as long as it's just water. No need, as long as it's just water. I filled a whole kettle, so I can drink from that. I dragged my fatigued body towards the wall. After wiping the sweat from myself with a towel I brought along, I take several gulps from the kettle. Phew. I take a deep breath. It's been almost 3 hours since I saw Tosaka and Fujini off. I've spent every minute since sparring with Saber. As usual, Saber doesn't explain much, and I don't ask her any questions while we cross swords. But I probably should ask if it's normal for my elbow to bend this way. I have pretty much no chance of winning, but I do seem to be moving better the more I fight Saber. I'm not expecting to improve my fighting techniques. The point here is to train my body, not my mind, and to get accustomed to battle. It's better than doing nothing. And since I'm starting from basically nothing, there wouldn't be much point here unless I spent time working on this one thing. If all I do is think about how to fight, then the time comes when the time comes for me to fate as a master, I'm dead. Saber doesn't even break a sweat, huh? Saber just doesn't even break a sweat, huh? I'm a little disappointed. I shouldn't expect to be on her level in just a day or two. But I shouldn't expect to be on her level in just a day or two. And just like yesterday, Saber rests, resting in a size-up position. It'd be a waste to just sit here. I might as well take the opportunity to talk to her. Okay, then. All right. Checking the thing. This is Swords of Magic 2. It looks like it's just different dialogue branches, but two of them give some of them give Saber points. I guess the green is the number of points in this flowchart. So what am I looking at here? Want to know about Saber before she became a servant? A secret blade technique for dummies. Oh, I get it. It's what line of questioning I go. What line of questioning I go with after I've already, depending on what I asked before. Just turning the light on. So. Yeah, to get another point of Saber, for Saber, we ask about before she became a servant. One more point. before she became a servant. Just going to check the flowchart quickly. Yeah, you see there's many dialogue options here. Before she became a servant, I wonder what Saber was like when she was alive. Saber is so beautiful, so I'm sure everyone must have liked her. Calling her Saber is what's throwing me off, but I bet she was an ordinary school girl who never held a sword back in the day. Oh, Shiro, you sweet innocent child. So, Saber, what were you like before? I'm curious. I just blurt out what's on my mind without thinking, or even realizing what I'm doing. What was that, you fucking moron? Nothing. I was just imagining what you were like. I'm not trying to find out your true name or anything, but I just wanted to know what your life was like. You can just ignore the question if you don't want to answer. It just kind of popped in my head. I know you're a Saber, a servant, but I just thought you must have been a completely different person before you became a servant. That's right. I imagine she lived a peaceful life, as befits a lovely girl like her. Shiro, no, this is not the hill you want to die on.
それはありえないと思います。サーバントになったからといって性格が変わるわけではないし、私は生まれた時から剣を与えられた騎士ですから。あなたの言うような違った私は存在しなかった。
Seriously? Then you've always been so harsh? That's no good. I kind of sympathize with people who were around you. Oh my god, not Saber, Shiro going for the roast.
それはどういう意味でしょうか。私は厳しくはありますが、周りに強要した覚えなどありません。
That can't be true. Today's training taught me you're merciless. Look at this well. I make one tiny mistake and you happily drive in at any opportunity, you demon.
私は喜んでなどいません。
I was only semi-happily doing it, thank you very much.
シロには申し訳ありませんが、厳しくしなければ鍛錬にならないでしょう。
This is strange. I somehow never expected Saber to make a face like that.
何ですかその目は。いきなり黙り込むのは卑怯だと思います。
Oh, I never thought you would get mad like that. So you just kind of surprised me.
そうですか。私としては思ったことを主張しただけなのですが。
Yeah, but you're not usually so emotional, so that was new to me.
そうでしょうか。私は自分の信念に基づいて行動しているつもりですが。
But those aren't your feelings, they're your beliefs. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that you never speak straight from the heart.
それは当然です。私に求められるものは個人としての意見ではなく、立場としての意見ですから。それは今も昔も変わらない。私はセーバーのサーバントとしてシロを守る。そのため以外のことを口にするべきではないし、考える必要もないでしょ
That may be true, but that would be boring for you. You might have a role to fill, but that doesn't mean you have to devote yourself to that and nothing else. There are things you want to do, right?
ですから、私のやるべきことは白を守ることです。ただでさえマスターとして未熟だというのに、私の言うことも聞かず戦おうとするあなたをこうして鍛えているのではありませんか。
That might not be entirely true, but well, if you say so, then I guess it's okay. Of course it's true, you fucking idiot. I feel like this conversation has softened Saber up a bit. She even looks more cheerful now. So as not to ruin the moment, I decide not to press the matter. The next thing I know, it's noon.
お昼時ですね、シロ。
Yeah, it is. Both our stomachs growl in agreement. Let's eat. Is there anything you'd like? Is there anything you'd like to eat, Saber?
私は特にシロが用意してくれる食事なら、おおむね満足しています。
Remember what I said about Main Saber is in this universe? Saber puts it kind of oddly. Well, at least she's not picky like Tosaka. I'll do a bit of shopping. I'll probably come back the same time as yesterday. So rest in the living room until then. I'll probably end up talking to the murder child. I mean, bye!
はい、期待しています、シロ。
I decided to try making shrimp balls for lunch. I've always wanted to try making them at home. There will be piping hot bowls of ground shrimp, a bit bigger than takoyaki. I bought some mustard. And I'm all set with the snacks for our 3 o'clock snack time. I load my purchases onto my bike. That reminds me. I met Ilya here yesterday. She's not here today. Well, she probably wouldn't be coming in here every day. Somehow not seeing her is disappointing, though. I haven't told Saber or Tosaka about meeting Ilya yesterday. She didn't confront me as an enemy, and I'm hesitant to tell them about her in the first place. Just because she was here yesterday doesn't mean she'll show up today. So I really should get on my bike and. Okay, let's see what we have on the flowchart here. Okay, so we get a divergent divergent paths with different points. How many points do I have with Saber? Because it looks like I'll miss a bad end. if I don't, if I get 6 points, I got 2 there. I got 3 there. And how many points can I do before getting the or is it saver points less than 6? Yeah, it's less than 6. If I have less than 6 points, and by then I'll get a bad end. So how many points can I get? Because I've already got 3. 4, 5. Four, 5. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one will equal 4. That'll take us to 6. if I can get just keep myself at 5 until the last possible minute, I'll be able to get that bad end from a save point. So it might be in my best interest as to miss the saber point here. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe miss the saber point here, get the 2 point, and then miss the saber point and the upcoming saber points until the very last one. Just trying to check where the nearest save point is for that, for the choice for that one. Yeah, it'll be around about there. I'll do a double save for this one on every save choice until it comes up, though. And we'll swing by the park. I'll just take the long way home. It's about a 5-minute detour. I'm being whimsical here, and I don't need to make excuses about that. I park my bicycle. I step into the park, my groceries still on my bike. Why? Am I doing this in the first place? It's just so impulsive of me. I just had the passing thought that it would be nice to see her. And then as I see the silver-haired girl standing off on her own, and then I see the silver-haired girl standing off on her own, she doesn't seem to have noticed me. If I wanted, I could just leave. But if I were to do that, I wouldn't have come here in the first place. Ilya.
誰？
It's just me, Shiro.
シロ？本当に？
Is that really such a surprise? This park's close to the shopping district, so me passing by here isn't all that strange. I'm honestly more curious why you're here again. Do you have that much free time?
実はそうなの。あんまりやることがないから遊びに来たんだけど、セラはシロには会っちゃダメだって。どうせもうすぐ殺しちゃうんだから、シロと遊んでも楽しくないって言うのよ。
Well, whoa. That makes it pretty hard to come up with a response.
けど私、それは違うと思うわ。だって、シロといると楽しいもの。だからね、ここにいたらシロに会えるかなって思って、ずっと待ってたの。シロが来てくれてよかった。
Wait a minute. Don't tell me you were waiting for me this whole time.
そうだよ。ずっと前からね、シロが来たらいいなって思ってたんだから。
You dummy, I thought you didn't like the cold. If you want to see me, you should come to my place. Okay, maybe not. If you met Saber, that would definitely lead to a fight. But still, there are plenty of other places you could have found me. You had no trouble finding me at the shopping district yesterday.
それはダメなんだ。私から会っちゃダメなんだもん。昨日のは1回だけの反則なの。だから今日はシローが来てくれそうな場所で待つことにして、こうして見事成功したのでありました。
Ilya skips around excitedly. Her bouncing silver hair makes her look like a winter fairy. I got that, but why do you want to see me in the first place? If just talking to you like yesterday is enough, I'm happy to do it again.
別に今日は何でもないよ。シローに会えればいいなって思っただけだし、私たちは敵同士だもの。聖杯清掃が終わりそうになったら殺しに来てあげるから、その時一緒にお話ししよう。
I'll talk to your severed head. She says it so innocently. The disconnect between her words and her manner is hard to swallow. It's not that she's going to kill me, though just how unfitting it seems for her to be a master. Ilya, do you want to do that? Do you really choose to get involved in this Holy Grail war? Did you really choose to get involved in this Holy Grail war yourself?
そうだよ。おじいさまの言いつけだもの。私はアインツベルンの中で一番マスターに向いてるおっきな聖杯の持ち主なんだから。
But that means you're doing it because your grandfather ordered you to. You didn't choose to be a master.
そうだったかな。よく思い出せないけど、私は生まれた時からマスターだったよ。だから戦うのは当たり前なんだって。
I've collected so many severed heads. That's wrong. If you're just fighting here because someone told you to, you should stop. First of all, killing doesn't suit you.
命乞いをしてるってわけじゃなさそうね。
Yeah, Shiro doesn't fucking bleed.
お兄ちゃんたら本気で私のこと心配してるんだ。
Of course I am. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but I hate the idea of someone like you fighting. If it were up to me, I'd rather see you quit being a master and go live a quiet life.
そうね。 シローが私のサーバントになってくれるならやめてもいいよ。そうすればシローを殺さなくてよくなるもの。
What the hell are you talking about? Do you really know what it means to ask me to be your servant? Besides, there's no way I could substitute for Berserker. I'm saying that you should stop fighting. I'm telling you to give up your servant, so why would you need me to be your familiar?
使い魔じゃないよ。サーバントだってば。いつも一緒にいてくれるのがサーバントなんでしょ。だからシローはそばにいてくれるだけでいいんだよ。
Hold on a minute. Don't tell me, does Ilya think... Let me ask you something. What is a servant, Ilya?
私のものなんでしょ。いつもそばにいてくれて、イリアを守ってくれる人だっておじいさまは言ってたよ。
Your grandfather may have oversimplified things a bit too much. I knew it. Ilya considers servants to be just that. Command spells, masters, none of that matters. To her, a servant is just something that protects her. Got it, but no, I still can't. I can't agree to that. So think of something else.
何よ、シロ、私じゃ不服だっていうの
？Well, it's not about being good enough. It's just that I'm worried about Ilya, but I know I can't be by her side 24/7. Ilya, I have Saber, and as a master, I need to stop other masters. So I'm sorry, but I can't be your servant.
シロだから譲歩してあげたのに、そんなこと言うならもう知らないんだから。
I'm going to make Berserker kill you so hard! Hey, wait, hold on, Ilya. We haven't been at...
シロのバカ！女の子に恥をかかせるなんてひどいんだから！
there she goes. Ilya just runs out of the park, not listening to me anymore. I try to follow her, but I can't find her. Crap, this is just like yesterday. I sigh and go back to my bike. But I don't think she'll just suddenly attack again like when we first met that night. So I should probably have one more chance to convince her. We finish eating lunch and continue training in the afternoon. I keep crossing blades with Saber and never getting tired of it. We keep training and only plan to stop when Tosaka and Fujini come home. But our training is interrupted by the sound of the doorbell.
シロ、来客のようですが。
Yeah, I heard it. I'm going to get the door, so you stay here, Saber.
いえ、招かれざる客ということもありえます。万が一に備えて同行しましょう。
Saber has a point. But while she's right, if the visitor is just a neighbor, they might get suspicious of Saber. The neighbors do think I'm the only one living here. Then again, well, guess I'll deal with that if it happens. Sakura and Fujini, they already come and go freely, so there's no point in me worrying about the neighbors. Alright, come with me then, Saber. If the visitor is just an ordinary person, keep quiet.
分かっています。私はシロの遠い親戚ということですね。
And boy, am I embarrassed to be your relative, you fucking idiot. Yep, that's our story. Okay, coming. I rush to the entrance and submit the sounds of incessant ringing.
お邪魔する。具合が悪いというから様子を見に来たぞ、エミヤ。
Oh. It's not an enemy or a neighbor, it's a friend from school. Oh, it's just you, Issei.
なんだとは失礼だな。見舞いに来た知人に対して取る態度か、それが。
Even as Issei complains, as he hands me a paper bag. What's this? Apples?
見舞い品だ。普段風邪一つひかぬエミヤが病欠しているのだから、それぐらいは持参する。
I'm grateful for his concern, but unfortunately I didn't take the day off because I'm sick. And besides, a bag full of apples doesn't seem appropriate for a young guy like him to bring as a get-well-soon gift.
どうしたエミヤ？果物は苦手だったか？
No, I do. It's a little complicated, but I really appreciate the sentiment. I bow to him to show my appreciation.
エミヤ、つかぬことを聞くのだが、お前の後ろにいる女性は何者だ？
No one? Huh? Saber is standing just behind me. Oh. I get it. Issei must have locked eyes with Saber when I bowed to him.
見たことのない御人だが、なぜかような女性がエミヤの家にいるのだ？
Issei gazes intently at Saber. He's extremely shy and always cold to new people. And people, he doesn't like. Well, her name's Saber and...
四郎の遠い親戚です。この家の主人だった桐次が外国にいた折、懇意にさせていただきました。
I'm actually going to take a bit of a break to, a bit of a bio break. Give me a sec, guys. Alright, I'm back.
先日こちらに観光に来たのですが、縁を頼りに宿を借りているのです。
Huh? Saber makes the story sound pretty convincing.
エミヤのお父さんのお知り合いでしたが、聞けばかなりの旅行好きと聞いています。あなたのような人と知り合いになることもあるでしょう。
What? Issei, who's supposed to be extremely bashful around strangers, accepts the story so easily.
なるほど。事情は分かったぞ、エミヤ。病欠というのは口実で、観光に来た彼女の案内をしていたのだな。
Yes? I definitely haven't been preparing for a war. Forget I said that. Oh, yeah, let's say that. Well, in broad terms, nothing I've said is entirely untrue, I think.
ならお邪魔しても構うまい。ここまで運んできた礼として茶でも振る舞ってくれ。ここ2日ばかり学校で起きた出来事でも世間話にしよう。
Issei takes off his shoes and steps up into the house. What do you mean in appreciation? I'm still kind of busy, you know. We can chat another time.
何を言っている？お前うちの前に自転車を乗り捨てて行っただろ。
Alright. Alright, I did leave a bike up in Ryudo Temple.
それを持ってきてやったのだ。俺とて忙しい中、生徒会に行かずまっすぐ家に帰りここまで戻ってきたのだ。それでも茶の一つも出せないというのかお前は。
He did do me a favor. I might have 3 bikes, but out of the 3, the one I left at Ryudo Temple is the most expensive and my favorite. Sorry, Saber, can we take a little break? Saber nods silently. Thanks, then you and Issei can head to the living room. I'll prepare some tea. Japanese tea for Issei, black tea for Saber.
私も同席するのですか？それはどうかと思います。私がいては語学言うと気軽な話などできないでしょう。
That's not true, right, Issei?
女はやかましいが、セーバーさんなら構わぬ。つつましい女性は文化遺産だ。
Good lord. Hear that? Okay, so go on ahead.
はい。それはわかりましたが、シロ。
What, is something else bothering
そういう
you?
ものでしたら、私も日本茶を。緑茶は嫌いではありません。
Saber is fairly opinionated for some reason. It's odd hearing her say that in her usual tone. After about an hour of meaningless chatter, Issei decides to head home. Most of the small talk in the living room was about school, and I asked a few sly questions to find out if anything unusual was going on, but it seems like business as usual.
それではな。明日も休むのか、エミヤは。
Yeah, I'm not going to school this week. Saber needs to be with me tomorrow, too.
ま、あの御人と一緒なら問題はなかろう。何かと不審なところはあるが、問いただすまでもない。
Issei nods as if satisfied. Now that I think about it, how could such a shy guy warm so quickly and easily to Saber? Hey Issei, for this being your first time meeting Saber, you seem to be in a bit of a good mood. What's up with that?
何を言うか。これでも寺の飯で育った身だぞ。人の良し悪しぐらい見抜けなくてどうする。素性は知らぬが、あの子の霊気は澄んでいたからな。悪い人間のはずがない。
Huh, I didn't know you could tell that kind of thing. I'm a little impressed. Yeah, lawful good.
ま、普通はわからん。だがあれぐらい飛び抜けていると未熟者でも見て取れるのだ。見習い坊主でも傍らに神仏がおられれば新規ぐらいは感じられる。つまりそれぐらいセーバーさんの佇まいは美しい。
Well, that's rare. Issei's praising a girl. Got it. So you have taken a liking to Saber too. That's good. I was worried Issei wouldn't like her because all she did was listen to us talking.
当然だろう。彼女はいい子じゃないか。嫌うのは難しい。
Yeah, and I know she is a good person, even if she might be a bit aloof. Saber is always like that, so don't take that to mean she doesn't like you, Issei.
え？不愛想か、あの子。
Yeah, I've never seen her laugh before, and even when you and I were laughing pretty hard, she just kept looking stern.
いや、結構笑っていたが。
Eh? That's ridiculous. Sure, I've seen the occasional warm expression on Saber's face, but I've never seen her actually smile or laugh before. You're kidding me. I can't imagine seeing Saber laughing out loud.
いや、そういうのではなくてだな。お前が笑ってるのを見て笑っていたのだが、なんだ、気がついてなかったのか。
Of course he didn't. He's a fucking idiot. I take that back. She's got a potty mouth. Huh? She was smiling when she saw me laugh. Was she doing that to make fun of me?
なるほど。また珍妙な解釈をする。ま、そのあたりは己で悩め。何事も自問することより始まるのだ。カツ。
Issei, the priest's son that he is, ends with his usual catchphrase, then leaves my house laughing. That's for them. He leaves me with his cryptic comments. Idiot. At least he could have said goodbye. The sun is setting, so today's training ends. I'm practicing at my limit, and I still have magecraft lessons from Tosaka tonight. I failed to land a blow on Saber like I'd hoped, but I should have at least some energy for tonight. It's also my turn to prepare dinner tonight. Saber went to wash up after me, so she won't be back for a while.
ただいまー。お、ちゃんと晩ご飯作ってるな、シロ。えらいえらい、感心感心。
Fujini bursts into the living room, practicing practically a bundle of energy, and immediately he dives onto the cushion on the floor, practicing. Unlike Saber, who needs to sleep over half a day, Fujini is like this all day, every day. I bet it's no different when she's asleep.
ねえ、シロ。このリンゴ食べていいの？
She's holding one of the many apples on the table. Sure, there are a bunch, as you can see. Everyone should eat 3 a day.
そうなの？じゃあアップルパイでも作ろうか。主にシロがなんだけど。
Fujini takes a casual bite out of the apple, and she makes her suggestion. I had to put some apples I've already washed out on the table, but I guess she's not the sort to care. I had put some apple I'd already washed out on the table. What a waste of a get-well gift. Misunderstanding or no, shouldn't she be a little more considerate about the gift my friend gave me out of concern? I mean, you didn't really tell her. For once, I should give her a piece of my mind. All right. The thing. Yeah, this isn't really an important joint. It's just branching dialogue. So, where's my gift? I start prepping for dinner and take off my apron. By the time I washed my hands, I made it to the living room. Fujini's apple is made it to the living room. Fujini's apple is gone. Fujini, did you eat the apple?
うん、食べたよ。甘酸っぱくて美味しかった。
Glad to hear that. Then it's your turn. I'll take whatever you got me in exchange for what you just ate.
土産ってみかん？
I'm not going to ask how you arrived at that conclusion. I'm just asking you to show me what you got for me today. I hope you didn't forget what you said this morning as you were leaving.
失礼ね。忘れてなんかないですよで。ほら、ここにちゃんと用意してあるんだから。
The way she says that. Fujini drops a suspicious-looking paper bag on the table, and its contents spill out. Well, that's unexpected. I actually have trouble believing Fujini managed to remember a promise she made. What even is that? I feel this isn't anything I would... No matter how I look at it, it just looks like a mountain of trash. Well, a mountain of stuffed toys.
シロにはね、このアステカの石仮面。シロの部屋って殺風景でしょう。これがあったら少しは温度が上がるよきっと。
Everyone knows good old Shiro is into the Aztecs. She hands me a heartwarming but somewhat scary-looking sun mask. It's about the size of a handball and stuffed with cotton. Fujini, were these all from a crane game?
そうよ。トールの苦労したんだから。2時間も粘って最後には店員さんに出してもらっちゃった。
She's laughing bashfully, but I'm scared to think how much blood was shed in the process.
あとはチャイニーズドラゴンとコウモリとカニと牛とサイとヘビと突撃歩兵と。
Fujini gleefully sorts out the pile of stuffed toys. A few split off the table, spill off the table, and the living room quickly grows cluttered with them. It's messy, but Fujini seems to be enjoying herself, so I don't have the heart to stop her. Fine, I'll take them. I want you to clean up after you organize them.
はーい、わかってまーす。
I turn back to the kitchen and the stuffed toy in hand. And then I see Saber at the entrance of the living room. She must have just passed by. She looks irritated. Saber doesn't say a thing. She just glares into the living room. Saber, did you take your bath already?
はい、いい湯でした。
After answering my question, Saber heads into the living room, almost like a sleepwalker. Saber walks toward the table, then stops abruptly in front of one of the stuffed toys.
タイガ、この人形は獅子を模しているのですか？
うん、そうみたいね。ライオンの子供だよ、それ。
Saber stares silently in the stuffed
散
animal.
らばった人形はタイガのものなのですか？そこにある人形たちと同じで。
そうだけど、セイバーちゃん欲しい？欲しいならあげよっか。
Fujini his offer is made with a lighthearted smile. Whoa, what the heck's Fujini thinking? Saber's obviously in a bad mood, so why is Fujini asking something so ridiculous? Besides, there's no way Saber will want something like that.
どう？いらない？私が持っててもしょうがないし、セイバーちゃんにあげてもいいよ。
Fujini picks up the stuffed lion, not noticing Saber's distaste. Saber takes it and said,
ぜひ。
She hurries forward and takes it eagerly. Eh? My mind locks up. What the hell am I seeing? Saber takes a completely useless doll and clutches it to her chest as if it were truly precious. Oh!
ありがとう、タイガ。
And that would be what a baby lion looks like, somewhat.
別にいいよ。それ虎じゃないんだもん。
That's a bit of a weird thing to throw out there,
意
Fujini.
外かな。こういうの好きなんだ、セイバーちゃんって。
はい。小さくて可愛らしいものには憧れていました。あまりそういったものを手にする機会がなかったもので。
As she speaks, Saber looks down at the stuffed lion in her arms. How could I describe her face right now? Hmm? What was that? I just had the weirdest thought.
もしかしてセイバーちゃん、ライオンが好きなの？
Let's forget that lions and tigers don't even live in the same area. I mean, I know there are Asian lions, but I don't know how well they get along with tigers, or even if they live in the same area. Saber silently nods an affirmation, all while she continues to smile down at the stuffed animal. Oh no! Wait! I think there's a Europe. No. There are Indian lions. So maybe? I don't think there are actually lions in Europe. Maybe. I don't know. I gotta check. The main place I know is in Africa, and I know there are Indian lions.
好きというわけではありませんが、縁があるのです。昔、ライオンの子を預かっていたことがあって、その子が私によく懐いてくれたのが嬉しかった。ですから、それ以来獅子には思い入れがあるのです。 本来なら私は竜を背にするものなのですが。
ライオンの子供か。そういえば猫っぽいんだっけ、ライオンの子って。何、もしかして噛んだり裂いたり飛んだりする？
ええ、それぐらい元気はありましたね。預かっていたのは1ヶ月だけでしたが、できることなら最後まで共にいたかった。
なるほどなるほど。でも難しいよね。ライオンってすっごく大きくなるじゃない？普通の家じゃ飼えないし、そりゃ手放すしかないか。
That said, I believe lions are like, can actually be pretty loyal when you get to know them. Fujini nods her understanding. Saber is still looking at the stuffed lion. I'm not sure what kind of spell it cast on her. But something I should know or be able to see flashes in my mind, and it's adorable. It has to be just be some kind of dizzy spell. But I can't shake the image. It's one of her memories. Excuse me. This is something that really happened. I see an image of Saber rubbing her cheek against a cub. But I'm not sure if this is just some fleeting vision. No, there have to be European lions, wouldn't there? Because there are lions on coats of arms in Europe. So there would have to be European lions. I'm gonna quickly Google through it. Oh yeah, there's also the story of the Nemean lion from Greek mythology. That was one of Heracles' that was one of Heracles' 12 labors. Lions were once widespread across most of Africa and even in parts of Europe and Asia. But there are no wild lions in Europe today. Okay, so there were lions in Europe, but there aren't any. There were wild lions in Europe, but there aren't any more. Good to know. But I'm not sure if this is just some fleeting vision. The only thing I know is that I would regret shaking off the side of it. The strange vision immediately disappears. My heart is still racing. The vision I glimpse remains in my head like a scar that will never fade. I finished preparing dinner. It's past 7. Saber and Fujini are in the living room, and Tosaka, who is usually here by now, isn't. I hope nothing's happened to her. I don't think Tosaka is the type to get in trouble, but I also know she sometimes makes huge mistakes. I guess I'll go check it out. If it's just looking around the house, I should be fine alone. I head out to the hallway. As I'm about to leave the house, Tosaka walks in wearing her coat. Tosaka.
ただいま。何？エプロン姿でお出迎え？割と似合ってるじゃない、そういうの。
Tosaka jokes casually, but her face is completely expressionless. That's scary. The people who can joke like that with such a straight face are the most terrifying sorts of people. Tosaka, what were you? The moment I try to ask her what happened, and I spot blood on her hand. It's a small blood stain, and her index finger is swollen. Does that mean... Tosaka, I have a bad feeling, and I can't keep it quiet.
何よ。つまんないことなら聞かないわよ。
Actually, did you maybe punch somebody?
ご名答。何かとやかましいシンジにナックルパートを見舞いしてきたわ。
Based Rin. Based Rin. Tosaka huffs and passes right by me. Okay, so she gave him a knuckle sandwich. Then the blood stain and swollen finger would make sense. Hey, wait! Hold up, this music! What do you mean by you hit Shinji, Tosaka? I mean, she means she gave him just what he deserves.
うるさいわね。気に食わなかったからギッタンギッタンにしてやっただけよ。
Based. Based. To a pulp, you mean with your fists? You did it with your bare fists?
ベアもベア。グリズリー級にベアよ。
Tosaka snorts again. A brief silence. I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. An awkward silence stretches between us. Let me get back to the point. You said you punched Shinji. Why did you have to do that?
殴って当然じゃない。私に自分と組めだの。シロは使えないやつだから見限れだの言うからよ。
Yep.
人を呼びつけておいてつまんないこと言うから殴りつけて黙らせたの。
Isn't that short-sighted, even for you, Tosaka? Or maybe Shinji said something so stupid that he actually pissed Tosaka off, even though she's usually so level-headed.
何よその目。言っとくけど、被害者は私の方よ。
I think that goes both ways. But why would Shinji talk to you about something like that? He asked me if I wanted to team up with him.
さあ、あいつシロにライバル意識でもあるんじゃない？私とシロが一緒に住んでるって教えてからかなりおかしくなってたし。
Because Shinji is the worst character in the Fate series? I don't mean worse as in badly written. I mean worse as in he's the worst fucking person. What, you told him we were living together? You told Shinji about us?
ええ、話したわよ。昨日の朝だったかな。シンジのやつ、私を呼びつけて、僕もマスターになったから遠坂と同じさ、なんて偉そうに言ってくるんだもの。なんか頭にきてね。それじゃあシロも同じよって言ってやったの。それで身の程を知ったかなって思ったのに、ついさっきうちの前で待ち伏せしてたってわけ。で、悪いけどもうエミヤくんの家で暮らしているから、あんたみたいな半端なマスターと協力する気はないって言ったんだけど。何？もしかしてまずかった？
No, completely based. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Shinji was already smitten with Tosaka, so what she told him was just adding fuel to the fire. Well, but still, now it all makes sense. I figured out why Shinji's been so hostile towards Tosaka, and why he's always been so persistent about asking her to team up with him. Meaning he...
けど不思議よね。シンジのやつ、なんだって私にこだわるのかしら。あいつの性格から言って、誰かと協力するなんて考えは浮かばないと思うんだけど。
Because he thinks he's God's gift to women. Actually, it's because Rin is special to Shinji. Nothing strange about any of this, so I think you're special to Shinji. He's originally from a mage family, right? I think he admires you since you're also from a mage family, but you still have you still have power in a proper lineage. That's why he's so persistent with Tosaka. I think Rin's been a target for Shinji's affection since long before the Holy Grail War started.
ちょっとそりゃ好意を持たれるのは嬉しいけど。
It must have been a real surprise. Tosaka looks completely bewildered.
ああ、思い出した。そういえば1年の頃、シンジに告白されてたわ、私。
For a moment, her expression as she realizes what she'd obviously forgotten is almost comical. I sympathize with Shinji just now.
わあ、道理で懲りずに話しかけてくるはずだ。納得したわ。
Well, whatever. So, how did you reply?
ああ、断ったんじゃない？私、勝負事は先出しじゃないと気が済まないの。やるなら自分からっていうか、相手から勝負を仕掛けられても乗れないっていうか。
Tosaka thinks really hard, but she's acting as if she really doesn't remember. I'm astonished. She might be entirely driven by her emotions. Tosaka, I bet you're really bad at rock, paper, scissors.
嘘？なんであんたがそんなこと知ってるのよ。
I know it. If she likes to make the first move, she's probably not great when it comes when she has to react to someone else. I use the soy sauce. Use the soy sauce for that, Saber. Don't you dare try putting mayonnaise on it.
そうでしたか。いえ、タイガがそちらをかけているので、私もそうするべきなのかと。
It seems to me, of all of you, she's the one who knows what the fuck she's doing. Fujini's just clowning around. She's hardly a good role model, so be careful from now on.
そうでしたか。以前は桜を参考にしていたので、シロに注意されることはなかったのですが。
Yeah, but that's Sakura. Well, I'm not mad about it. I took the time to make the meal, so I just want you to enjoy it. So, back to our conversation.
シロ、おかわり。お味噌汁は具沢山ね。
Got it. What about you, Saber? We trained and harder than usual today, so you might be hungrier?
私は特に。ですが念のため、もう一杯いただいておきます。
Got it. If I find you woke up in the middle of night and raided the fridge because you were too hungry to sleep, I might die of shock.
あ、ひどい。あれは私じゃないよ。見知らぬ泥棒さんが冷蔵庫を荒らしていっただけだい。
Yeah. Then go tell the burglar to eat her vegetables as well as meat. And tell her not to eat all the dessert in the fridge. If that's what she was really if that was what she was really after. Honestly, if you're not like a hungry wild beast or anything.
なに？私を虎と呼ぶな！
But I didn't. Well, I didn't say anything about you. Yeah, who in their right mind would throw a piping hot daikon and radish at me, you idiot? Goodbye?
シロ、台所の方で鍋が沸騰しているようですが。
Eh? Oh, hold on, Fujini. I need to turn the fire off.
よろしい。鶏肉とゆで卵の醤油煮を早く持ってくるのだ。
On it. I'm leaving Fujini in your hands, Saber.
はい。どうぞ慌てずに調理をしてください、シロ。
I get up. Oh, that reminds me. Why has Tosaka been so quiet this whole time? Tosaka, are you not liking dinner?
別に なんでもないから話しかけないで。
She turns her head away grimly. She's not the type to dwell on things like Shinji for so long, so there must be something else bothering her. Fujini goes home satisfied after dinner. Saber and Tosaka are in the living room. At first, that had been awkward, but after training with Saber for the last 2 days, it doesn't feel that way anymore. Saber, you can go to bed. I'll do the rest.
いえ、シローが眠るまでは私も起きています。シローの魔術がどれほどの腕なのか、リンから聞きたいところでもありますから。
I want to hear about what a fucking failure you are. Got it. Then let's go to Tosaka's room. Then let's go to Tosaka's room early. You don't mind, Tosaka?
ええ、構わないけど。随分とセイバーと仲良くなったのね、あなた。
She's jealous. Huh? For some reason, Tosaka says that as with the same miffed tone and she had when we were eating dinner.
待ってるから、後片付けが終わったら来て。それと、明日からは私も学校を休むから、午後は私のところに来なさいよね。
シロー、リンに何かしたのですか？彼女は怒っているように見えましたが。
I don't know. You think that too, Saber? I don't know. I don't think I've done anything to make her mad. Exist around another woman. Saber and I face each other and tilt our heads. We have no idea why Tosaka's so angry.
それじゃあ出始めにこのランプを強化してみて。周りのガラスの強度だけ上げればいいから。
Tosaka hands me an old-looking lamp. I sit on the floor. I cup the lamp in my hands and take a deep breath. Tosaka says it like it's so easy, but I'm all tense from nervousness. I've been trying this every night, but with the success rate of 0.1%. Tosaka says she wants to see what I can do to measure my skill, but there's nothing to measure if my strengthening doesn't work in the first place. I try to shake off any distractions. Right now, I need to focus on the lamp. The blueprints of the lamp pops into my head. The material of the glass, its composition, the flow of its power, I can see it as if it were a network of blood vessels. Then, all I have to do is infuse my magical energy into those vessels. I just have to do what I always do. The sensation of a burning hot metal rod sliding down my spine. All I have to do is let that burning nerve into myself, however much it shouldn't exist in my human body, and let it fuse with me. As long as that works, all I have to do is pour the amount of magical energy, the right amount of magical energy into the glass. Oh, it shatters. I couldn't control myself, and I ended up using more magical energy than I should have, and the glass shatters. I look timidly at Tosaka.
やっぱりそうじゃないかって思ってたんだけど、本当にそうだったか。
What do you mean, Tosaka?
そんなの決まってるでしょ。あんたの才能のなさに呆れたのよ。そもそも基本がなってない。まったく。よくもそんなデタラメな方法で魔力を生成できるもんだって感心するわよ。
Seriously, why do you keep taking a hot rod and shoving it in your back? Tosaka, are you mad?
当たり前じゃない。こんな基本的な問題を抱えたまま鍛錬してきたあんたにも呆れてるし、間違いを正さなかったあんたの死には殺意さえ覚えるわ。なんだってあんたはこんな遠回りなことになってるのよ。
I get it, but don't badmouth my old man. It's my own fault that I don't have talent. He's got nothing to do with it.
関係あるわよ。仮にも弟子にしたんなら教え子の道を正すのが師匠じゃない。そりゃもういない人に当たっても仕方がないけど、それにしたってあんたの師匠は初めの手順を間違えているわ。
Tosaka, clearly still angry, take something that looks like a can out of her bag. It looks like a can filled with colorful hard candy, the sort of thing children overseas might like. I've seen similar containers in Japan too. They hold a variety of different flavored candies. The white ones are mint.
シロ、手出して。
I do as she asks. Tosaka shakes out the can, and a red candy drops into my hand.
はい、それ飲んで。
What? Again, I do as she asks. It's not sweet. Actually, it has no flavor at all. And the texture is more like a rock than candy. Did she paint a rock and get me to swallow it? I forced myself to swallow it. Whoa, ouch, my throat's tingling. What was that, Tosaka?
何って宝石に決まってるじゃない。見てわからなかった？
Oh my god, she actually did make us swallow a rock. She says it so casually. But it's totally outrageous. I completely forgot she did this. What, Joel? Why?
仕方ないでしょ。薬も用意してきたんだけど、シロを矯正するにはそんなものじゃ効かないの。だから一番強いのでスイッチを開くしかないなって。
Just be warned, it's gonna be hard coming out. That's not my point. Why did you make me swallow a jewel? I can't digest that.
あのね、不安がるならもっと別のことを不安がりなさい。ただの宝石じゃないんだから。今のはまだ分かってないあなたに無理やり分からせるための矯正装置。そろそろ解き始める頃だから気合い入れてないと気絶するわよ。
You say that I'm going to faint so casually. Just as I say that, it starts to get weird. What? My body is burning. My limbs are starting to go numb. Heat builds up in my back in a flare of what I can only describe as pain. I furrow my brow and try to concentrate, or I know I'll fall over. What did... I know this feeling. This is the feeling of failure. This is my body reacting when it fails to construct the magical circuit inside me.
大丈夫。苦しいでしょうけど、今の状態を維持していれば少しずつ楽になるわ。もっとも体の熱さだけは2、3週間続くだろうけど。
I really want to respond, but I can't stay composed enough to do so. All I can do is muster the strength to stay balanced, so I don't topple over.
いい？魔術師と人間の違いっていうのはスイッチがあるかないかなの。このスイッチっていうのは魔術回路のオンオフだってのはわかるでしょ？ほら、そこにお湯を沸かせる電気ポットがあるじゃない？魔術師っていうのはそれなの。で、普通の人はお湯は沸かせないけどお湯を保温できるポットってわけ。似たようで違うものなのよ、私たちは。お湯を沸かすスイッチのあるなしはもう個人ではどうしようもない問題でしょ。生まれつき、いえ、作られる時に電気ポットか保温瓶か分けられるんだもの。スイッチがない人には
一生魔術なんて体験できない。いい？あなたは素人だけど魔術回路は確かにある。つまり適性はあるのよ。だから一度でも魔術回路を体内に作ってしまえば、あとは切り替えるだけでいい。スイッチを押して自分の中でオンとオフを切り替えるだけで魔力はなるわ。
I calm my breathing. Just as Tosaka said, so long as I maintain my composure, things won't get worse.
魔術回路を作るのは一度だけでいいのよ。だっていうのに、あなたは毎回一から魔術回路を作って自分の中に組み込もうとしている。それは無駄なの。一度でも体内に確立したものなら、あとは切り替えるだけでいいんだから。本来ね、魔術回路を成し得た者は次にいつでも切り替えられる鍛錬を受けるのよ。けどあなたの死はそれをしなかった。だから毎回死の危険性を負って魔術回路を作るなんて真似をしてる。
So you mean I've been shoving this hot rod into my back for nothing? Yes.
いえ、もしかしたらあなたの父親も同じ勘違いをしていたのかもしれないけど。
I exhale. Sensation is starting to return to my limbs.
ずっと間違って鍛錬してきたあなたのスイッチは閉じている。こうなっちゃうと力技でこじ開けてシロの体にスイッチがあるって分からせなくちゃいけないでしょ。いい？今の宝石はね、そのスイッチを強制的にオンにするものよ。だからシロはずっとそのまま。元の状態に戻りたかったらシロ自身の力でオフにするしかない。
Does the hot poker work? No!
それができたのなら、あとは宝石の助けなんていらないわ。以後は比較的簡単な精神の作用で、あなたは魔術回路を操れるようになる。
Go away. I get that, but can we do something about this burning sensation? She keeps telling me to turn off the switch, but how the hell am I supposed to do that?
もう喋れるの？はあ、自身のコントロールはうまいんだ。なら思ったより早く元に戻れるかもね。
It might only take you a year. What?
スイッチそのものは今の状態を落ち着けよう、早く楽になろうって体の方で勝手にオフにしてくれるから。あとはそのスピードを自分の意志で速くするだけね。簡単でしょ。
It's not. I don't get it. You say there's a switch, but it doesn't feel real to me.
今はそうだけど、そのうち明確にイメージできるようになるわ。頭の中にポンってボタンが浮かぶようになるから。あとはそれを切り替えるだけで、とりあえず魔術回路は簡単に開けるようになるわよ。
I hope so, but I just feel sick right now.
でしょうね。シロ、今まで強化の魔術を使ったらすぐに魔術回路を閉じてたでしょ。今はその逆でずっと魔術回路が開いている状態だもの。いつでも全力疾走しているようなものだから苦しいのは当たり前よ。けど魔術師ならそれぐらいは必須条件なんだから。マスターとして戦うって言うんならスイッチのオンオフはきっとシロの助けになる。
I know, you took me by surprise, but I appreciate what you did. You're right. Once I grasp the idea of the switch, it'll help a lot.
分かってるじゃない。けど感謝される言われなんてないわよ。私は協力者であるあんたが弱いままだと困るから手助けしているだけなんだから。
If you die, I lose my only food source. My only free food source! Tosaka huffs and looks away. Maybe it's because my body's all warm, but dazed as I am, I find myself thinking that Tosaka might just be a good person.
何よ、人の顔ジロジロ見て。
Nothing, I just thought you weren't really being honest.
そう、そんな軽口を叩けるなんて余裕あるじゃないエミヤくん。そんなに元気なら続けて教えても大丈夫よね。
Tosaka grins wickedly and draws closer. Hold on a minute. I still can't move a muscle. So what is she... Hey!
それじゃあもう一度強化をしてみて。今のあなたじゃ魔力のコントロールもできないだろうけど、その状態に慣れてもらわないと戦力にならないわ。大丈夫。ランプは山ほど持ってきたし、何十回失敗するかわからないけど、強化が成功するまで休ませてなんてあげないから。
It's coming out of your paycheck, by the way. She smiles, and even though I can hardly move, she hands me a lamp. Tosaka, this is brutal. It's like forcing someone to walk a tightrope while they have a 40-degree fever.
参ったわ。まさかこっちが先に音を上げることになるなんてね。
Tosaka glares at me. Her penetrating stare is accusing. Sorry?
私の見通しが甘かった。まさか30個全部壊されるなんて思いもしなかったから。悪いけど今日の鍛錬はこれでおしまいよ。シローの強化を測れる道具がないから。
Come on, at least I tried. I tried hard, even though my body was burning up like I'd been thrown into a boiling kettle. I tried, but in the end, I didn't manage to succeed in my magecraft after a single time. You know, if it's just the glass that's broken, and you can fix it. I saw you fix the broken window in the house the other day, but that required blood.
無理。あれは普通に破損したものでしょ。こっちはシローの魔力に耐えきれなくなって割れたものだもの。他人の魔力を帯びたものに干渉するのは難しいって覚えておいて。
Yeah?
そうよ。いいからシローは休んでいいわ。今日はスイッチを呼び起こしただけでよしとしましょう。コントロールできるようになったらこの続きを教えるから。
Phew, I appreciate the chance to rest, but what else are you going to teach me?
シロー強化しかできないんでしょ。前にそれしか使えないって言ってたけど、それならもう少し上級の変化ぐらいまで持っていけるかもしれない。強化と変化、それに投影の魔術について教わったことはない？
I have a little. Strengthening is, as the word suggests, used to strengthen something. Most people typically think of strengthening as just making something harder, but it actually involves enhancing an object's attributes and effects. A sword gets sharper, or a lamp glows brighter, and so on. Alteration doesn't need much of an explanation. For example, it can't start a fire using blades. You can't start a fire using blades. Alteration is when some ability beyond a major is when some ability beyond the object's usual traits is imbued into it. And then projection is... Wait, what is projection again? I remember my old man saying that word a lot, but...
強化と変化は知ってるんでしょ？なら投影もおのずと想像はつくと思うけど。まあ、要するに物を複製するって魔術よ。強化や変化みたいに元からあるものに手を加える魔術じゃないわ。 基本的には無から1から10を全て自分の魔力で構成するものだから、難易度的には最高ね。けど魔力ってのは使い捨てでしょ。投影で作り上げたものはすぐに消えてしまうのよ。10の魔力を使って作り上げた投影の剣と1の魔力で強化させた剣とでは、強化の剣の方が強くなる。強化は手を加えるだけでいいから効率がいいってわけ。その点投影は魔力を使いすぎるからメジャーに使われる魔術じゃないわ。
Oh, I remember now. My old man said something similar. He said it wasn't worth it, so I shouldn't pursue it.
そういうこと。さあ、質問が済んだのなら終わりにしましょう。足元もおぼつかないようだし、部屋の前までぐらいは送っていってあげるから。
Tosaka helps me to my room, and Saber is waiting for me by the veranda corridor.
お疲れ様でした、二人とも。
Even if you failed not all 30 times, you fucking moron. I don't even have the strength to answer. It's just, I just nod and thanks and head into my room.
シローはどうですか、リン。
ダメ、すっごくダメ。あいつ才能ないわ。
It's a typical merciless Tosaka response. And the next thing I know, I'm staring up at the night sky. Tonight, I'm not trying to run away because I'm anxious around Saber. I'm just trying to let the night wind cool my burning body and to think about what Tosaka taught me. Once I can use my switch, then it'll be time to think about the next steps. If I can't imagine the if I can't manage the simple task of strengthening, I don't know what the future might hold for me. I try to infuse magical energy into a wooden plank I dragged out from the shed as I mumble to myself. A cracking sound echoes up to me. The plank cracks and my strengthening fails. I can see its structure fine, but I don't understand why I can't control my magical energy. Tosaka said I was putting too much power into it. She even said that I should use small amounts of magical energy and just focus on reinforcing the object's weak points. So she's basically telling me to take it easy. She doesn't have to remind me. Problem is, I can't manage to ease up. If only there was a good way to relax. The sound of barely audible footsteps just reaches my ears. This is the second time I've sensed that presence. What? I don't need anything from you.
それは私も同じだ。だが、リンが気に病んでいるようなのでな。見るに見かねたというやつだ。
I throw the plank away, glaring at Archer. Archer seems curious about the plank. He picks it up.
強化の魔術か。にしてもひどい出来だ。
What? Yeah, I know I'm not a fully trained mage. I feel bad for making your master take on extra work for me.
そうではない。これに関してはリンも間違えている。
What do you mean?
元からあるものに手を加える。それは高望みしすぎだ。そんなことができるほどお前は器用ではあるまい。
Good. He's just saying whatever he wants, but I can't think of a response. He's right. I know I'm not skilled, and it's my own fault that I can't do magecraft properly. There's no point in taking it out on him.
どうした？昨夜ほどの元気はないか？
Shut up! I'm just not saying anything because you're right. It's all my fault I'm not being good enough. I huff and look away. I don't know how we interpreted that, but...
お前はある意味死に恵まれていないのかもしれないな。
Archer almost sounds impressed for a moment. Eh? That's not true. My old man and Tosaka are good teachers. I'm the one who can't learn.
だからだ。お前相手にはな、何も分かっていない魔術師の方がうまく作用する。天才には凡人の悩みは分からない。リンは優等生すぎるから、落ちこぼれであるお前の間違いに気がつかないのだ。
I don't really get what Archer is trying to say. I don't get it, but if I had to guess... I don't get it. Are you trying to pick a fight? If so, bring it on.
それも間違いだ。エミやシロは格闘には向かない。お前の戦いは精神の戦い。己との戦いであるべきだからだ。
They say a mage's battle is a mental one. I already know that. But if we're gonna fight, it should be with our fists.
まったく。これではセイバーも苦労しよう。
Hey Jaybird, welcome to the stream. How's your day? I'm good. My day's been good. Archer despises me from the bottom of his heart. I've never seen in his eyes like this. They seem filled with real disappointment and anger.
一度しか言わんからよく聞け。いいか。戦いになれば、エミやシローに勝ち目などない。お前のスキルでは何をやってもサーバントには通じない。
I mean, he's not wrong. Saber already told me that. I won't win in battle. No matter what grand scheme I try, I have no chance of victory.
ならば、せめてイメージしろ。現実で叶わない相手なら、想像の中で勝て。自身が勝てないのなら、勝てるものを幻想しろ。所詮、お前にできることなど、それぐらいしかないのだから。
Don't think of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Don't think of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Fuck. I don't know why, but Archer's words strike a chord with me. My heart's telling me not to forget them. More than anyone else, I should never forget what this man's saying.
どうかしているな。殺すべき相手に助言をするなど、どうやら私にもリンの甘さが映ったようだ。
All of a sudden, Archer disappears. Archer's supposed to be keeping watch. He must have gone back to the roof where he can do that best. What's with him? I complain into the empty air. Naturally, there's no response. While Archer's words echo in my mind, the cold air blows over my flushed body. '8th of February. Neo. I'm dreaming. It must be because my blood is feverish and my entire body is throbbing. Something I'd rather not have to remember plays out in my dream. This is my oldest memory. It's also a memory I can't escape. It's a scene from 10 years ago, and one I usually try not to think back on, and I can't ever erase it from my memory. I can't ever erase it from my memory, though. It's not that I forgot. It's not even that I want to forget. It's just that it's already happened. So it's not especially painful. And I don't really feel all that angry about it either. The past is the past. I can't return to it. I can't redo it. All that happened is that I escaped and lived on. Looking forward is all I can do. Nobody told me to do that. But I thought about that even if just vaguely since I was a kid. I can't forget or deny the past. The only way to keep the memory of what we lost alive is to acknowledge it. It's hot. I wake up to find my body still burning up. I must have wound up falling asleep out in the cool air last night. Inside this dimly lit shed with me and... Hi! Saber?
目が覚めましたか、シロ。部屋を抜け出すのは構いませんが、ここで眠るのはだらしがないのではありませんか。
You should sleep on a fucking bed, you fucking moron! Oh, morning. Well, I was burning up last night, so I went outside and got sleepy.
見ればわかります。説明はいいですから、次からは気をつけてください。マスターにこのような場所で休息を取られては、私の立場がありませんから。
Sorry. I'll try to sleep in my own room next time.
分かっていただければ助かります。ところでシロ、先ほどからタイガが呼んでいるのですが。
Rin's with her. They keep shouting for food. Fujini, what does she want?
朝食の問題ではないでしょうか。朝食の時間はとうに過ぎていますから。
What? It's already past 7? Crap, I overslept.
そうですね。シロが最後に起きるのは珍しい。よほど昨夜のリンとの鍛錬が答えたのでしょう。
Saber provides a calm analysis of the situation. But I don't have time for idle chit-chat. I know you went out of your way to wake me up, but going back ahead of me, I'll hurry up and get changed, then head to the kitchen.
はい。それでは、できる限りタイガをなだめているとしましょう。
Saber turns and heads back to the house. Calm Fujini, Saber sure has adapted well to our morning routine. I dash to the kitchen. I ignore Fujini's jeers and prepare breakfast as quickly as I can. Sorry to keep you waiting. There's not much time before school starts, so hurry up and eat. I plop breakfast on the table. Suddenly... Fujini explodes, practically spitting fire.
何これ、焼いたトーストだけじゃない。シロ、なんで今日の朝ごはんこれだけなのよ。
Hey, I overslept. I don't have to make. I don't have time to make anything else, and breakfast with toast is typically just that. It's just missing salad and eggs, so there's not a huge difference. And plus, you can run with it in your mouth.
大差なんてあります。ね、みんなもそう思うでしょ。
Fujini tries to appeal to Saber and Tosaka, who both eat in silence. This isn't going to go in her favor. Neither of them are as gluttonous as Fujini. She's barking up the wrong tree.
そうね。藤村先生じゃないけど、こんな手抜きは容認できないかな。パン食を舐めてるとしか思えないわ。
Hey, wait a minute. I thought she didn't eat breakfast to begin with. Now why is she sighing all disappointed? It's way out of character.
ほら、みんなシロが悪いって。多数決で決定したから反省した後、ちゃんとした朝ごはんを提供すること。
That's so unfair. Besides, if I start making a dish now, you're going to be late, Fujini. It's already 7:30, so you need to do the whole running out of the house with a piece of toast hanging from your mouth thing. Give it up. He actually referenced what I was joking about.
いいよ。私遅刻か空腹かの選択なら朝ごはんを尊重するから。
That's nuts. What kind of teacher even are you? Just eat your toast and go to school. I absolutely refuse to make anything else, even if it kills me.
もう、シロったら変なところで真面目なんだから。そんなじじくさいこと言ってると、すぐおじいさんになっちゃうんだからね。
You don't need to remind me. Thanks to you, I'm practically an old man already. I huff and take a bite of toast. Okay, she might be right. There's something kind of sad about there being so many people here and only having toast for breakfast. Well, I used to have only toast for breakfast for a long while. The sound of clashing shinai echo through the dojo. Each bout goes essentially the same as they had days before. Saber casually sweeps my desperate attacks aside and counterattacks far more effectively. I barely manage to block and continually strike back, only for Saber to riposte, and I lose every time. I stop, breathing heavily, shoulders heaving. Wiping sweat from my brow, I work to get my breath under control.
何を休んでいるのですか？昨日までのシロならそこで諦めるようなことはなかったはずです。さあ、早く打ち込んできてください。
Hold on, I need to catch my breath. A little break, please.
何をらしくないことを。シロが来ないというのでしたら、私から攻め込むだけですが、それでも構わないのですね。
Saber stares down at her poor student. My body just won't listen, no matter how she looks at me.
はあ、一体どうしたのです、シロ。今朝のあなたは今までとは別人のようです。
And would you please get rid of that fucking hot rod? You fucking idiot! Why do you keep thrusting it in your fucking back?
まっすぐに打ち込んでくる太刀だけは目を見張るものがあったというのに、今朝のシロには力強さを感じません。
I know that, I really do. I just can't do almost anything today. My situation has drastically changed since yesterday.
体の熱がまだ取れないのですか？ですが、そんな理由で体のキレが落ちるようでは話になりません。少し頭を冷やして気持ちを入れ替えてください。
Well, before I do that, can you do something about that first? I point towards our audience standing by the hole.
何？私に構わなくていいから訓練を続けていいわよ。
Tosaka doesn't get it. I can't concentrate on fighting Saber with her staring at me like that.
リンが気になるのですか？それこそ修行不足ですね。いいでしょう。それでしたら見学者のことなど気にならないようにして差し上げます。
I just gotta blind you! Whoa, hold up, Saber. I haven't caught my breath.
問題はありません。そのようなものは戦いの最中に整えるものです。
Saber suddenly vanishes. The moment I realize I'm in danger and raise the shinai to guard my face, Saber strikes me right on the head. It was a rough morning. After getting knocked out, I stopped worrying about Tosaka watching. My focus went entirely to blocking Saber's attacks, and next thing I knew, it was lunchtime.
けどあれよね。セイバーって本当に冷静よね。 3時間も素人試合してて眉一つ動かさないんだから。普段も無口だけど戦闘時はさらに磨きがかかるっていうか、何もう無機質みたいな感じ。
I'm not sure if it's because she enjoyed seeing me getting knocked around, but Tosaka is in a good mood. The two are resting in the living room. As for me, I'm preparing lunch by myself as punishment for my lax approach to training this morning. Unbelievable. I want to just make something easy, like cold somen noodles.
無機質ですか。そうですね。そう意識したことはありませんが、剣を握っているときは感情を止めているのかもしれません。それは試合といえども変わりはないのでしょう。
何？それって女の身で剣を持つための心構えってやつ？体格で劣っているから心だけは負けないようにって。
Inferior physique, right?
それは違います、リン。冷静であるのは戦う時の心構えですが、それは男も女も変わりのないことでしょう。リンとて戦闘時には情を捨てるはずです。あなたはそれができる人ですから。
言ってくれるじゃない。まあそりゃあ事実だけどさ。けどセイバーのは私とは違うわよ、絶対。私は捨ててるのは甘さだけだもの。あなたほど達観はできないわ。
そのようですね。だからあなたは華やかなのでしょう。戦いの中でも女性のしなやかさを保っていられる。
何よ、嫌味？華やかさで言ったらあなたにはかなわないわ。シロがあっちにいるから白状するけどね、私初めてあなたを見た瞬間にすっごい美人だなって見とれたんだから。
Oh, whoop. Wrong emote. I can hear you, Tosaka.
それはリンの思い違いでしょう。好みが華やかに見えたのなら、それは私ではなくセイバーというクラスが華やかなだけではないでしょうか。
そんなんじゃないってば。純粋にね、同じ女として負けたって思ったんだもの。そうでもなければあそこまでショックは受けなかったわよ。
ですからそれが間違いです。私は一度も自身を女性だと思ったことはないし、一度も女性として扱われたことはありません。その私が華やかであるはずがない。
Saber's words bring the conversation to an end. As I listen in, kitchen knife in hand, I find myself getting irritated by what Saber's saying. I've always wondered, what does she think she is? I chop the chicken a bit harder than I need to. For some reason, I'm annoyed.
私は自分を女性だと思ったことはありません。
Not that it has anything to do with me. I slam my knife down on the cutting board as if it were a hammer. It doesn't help me feel any better.
今日の課題はそれね。昨日より数は増やしたし、そっちの体も落ち着いてるみたいだから、今度こそ成功するでしょ。
And you're taking dinner again today if you fail all of them again. Yep. The Fate series is pretty gay. And it started right here in the beginning. I have no idea what how she carried them here, but Tosaka reveals about 40 lamps.
私はちょっと外に出てるわ。しばらく経ったら戻ってくるから、それまでに終わらせておきなさい。
Tosaka leaves her room. Alright. It's only been a night, but I hope I can succeed at least a couple of times. I broke them all! Phew, I think I got half done. I took an hour to work on strengthening about 20 lamps. Half of them shattered, and nothing at all happened to the other half. Of those that didn't change, maybe 5 look like they've been infused with magical energy. Now for the remaining 20. Hold on, wouldn't 5 be enough for a test? All the lamps look to be antiques. I feel bad about breaking more of them. Yeah. Okay, let us take a look at the chart. Wait quietly or go get Tosaka. It's not an important dialogue option. We just get different results. Let's go call her. I should call Tosaka back. I shouldn't break any more lamps. Actually, I really shouldn't be talking back after breaking over 40 lamps. Hey, Tosaka. I call out to her, but there's no answer. That's weird. Did she step out of the house? Where else might Tosaka go? There's someone in the shed. It sounds like Tosaka and Saber are talking inside. Hey, Tosaka. The instant I lift a hand to call out to her, a chill runs up my spine. I think it's because I feel Tosaka's magical energy seeping from the shed. It's pulsing with enmity. What the? I immediately stop calling for her. Even from here, I can tell Tosaka is agitated. But I can hear the two of them talking. Before I know it, I'm eavesdropping. Tosaka sounds both angry and nervous. Saber stands silently behind her.
セイバー、あなたこのことに気がついてたわね。
いいえ、私には分からなかった。私は騎士であって魔術師ではない。ここには違和感があっただけで、ビンほど状況を把握しているわけではありません。
He managed to fucking break everything in the shed too!
そう。なら教えてあげる。あいつは魔術師なんかじゃないわ。
リン、それはどういう意味でしょうか。
言葉通りの意味よ。魔術っていうのはね、結局は等価交換なの。どんな神秘だってよそにあるものをここに持ってきて使っているだけ。
So, Full Metal Alchemist rules. Gotcha. I never saw a Full Metal Alchemist.
けどこれは違う。あいつはどこにもないものをここに持ってきてしまっている。ここにはあってはならないものを形にしている。それは現実を侵食する想念に他ならない。あいつの魔術はきっとある魔術が劣化しただけのものなんだわ。
I have no idea what Tosaka is saying, but I definitely shouldn't be listening in on the two of them. I walk away from the shed. I'll be lying to Tosaka, but I should go back to her room and pretend I was waiting for her to come back. It's 2 o'clock. There's no sign of Tosaka returning, so I just focus on finishing my assignment. Oh, the phone's ringing. The ringing just reaches my ears from elsewhere in the house. It's in the living room. Tosaka can't... No, she won't dare pick up a phone in someone else's house. I doubt it's an important phone call, but I shouldn't ignore it. I stand up and head to the living room to answer the phone. There's nobody in the living room. Saber and Tosaka must be in the courtyard. Hello, Emiya residence. Oh God, it's you! All of a sudden, Shinji's voice sounds from the other end of the line, heavy with barely restrained laughter. Is that you, Shinji? What do you want? I don't think we have anything to talk about. I called to tell you how much better I am than you. Tell me something? Shinji sounds kind of odd. He seems weirdly excited. I can hear other students in the background, so he must be still be at school. It's a little past 2. Fifth period should be over, so I think it's break time right now. Not right now. She just stepped away. I don't know how to respond to that. Shinji's acting weird, and we're already talking. I don't see any reason to go all the way to school, and if I take all without telling Tosaka, it'll feel like a betrayal. Sorry, but I can't go to school. If you have something for me, it'll have to wait until next week. I'll go back to school after the weekend. Shinji's yelling now. He must be really excited because I can hear his heavy breathing over the phone. His tone shifts entirely, and he even starts laughing. Hold on a minute, calm down. You're acting real strange, Shinji. I don't know what's happened, but... Shinji seems to be enjoying himself. I've known him for about 5 years now, but I've never seen him so wound up. Shinji, are you... Well, even Fujini would get mad if I were late for her class, and I might get even more of an earful if I only showed up for 6th period rather than just missing the whole day. Yeah, so to catch Jaybird up, this piece of shit abuses his own sister. So ending a friendship with him isn't going to be much of a loss. In fact, I'll probably gain something. Our conversation ends here. In fact, I still hate the fact that she's his servant. All I heard is the buzzing electronic tone from the receiver. What's with him? But what should I do? Tosaka should be in the house, but I don't see her anywhere. And if I go to school, I can't bring Saber. But then, if I don't do what Shinji asks, I'm worried what he might do. He's probably agitated because of that merciless rejection Tosaka gave him yesterday. If I ignore him, he might get violent with Sakura again. Well, it's still bright out, so it shouldn't be an issue. I should hurry now. I should hurry now and have now that I've made a decision. If I hurry, I should be able to make it to, by 6th period. There's nobody at the school gate. From the outside, it looks like the school is deserted since class is in session. Maybe there is no physical education class either, since there's nobody in the courtyard either. That's weirdly worded. There should be only one either there. Well, that's not going to change in that's going to change in a few minutes. When 6th period over, school's out. The campus and exits will be overflowing with people on their way out. I head up to the 3rd floor. There's nobody in the hallway either. Everyone must be in their classroom, so I feel a little awkward walking into Class C. Well, it's not like I'm going to be completely conspicuous, so I should hurry to the classroom. Class C is down the hall. Right now I'm in front of Class H, which is the closest to the stairs. So there's five classrooms between me and my destination. Eh? A wave of dizziness slams into me. My entire body is also overcome with nausea. My stomach churns. My senses are going completely haywire. Red floods my vision, as if blood were seeping into my eyes. The temperature around me hasn't changed, but my body is suddenly unbearably hot. What the hell is this? I stumble. Strength leaves my body. I feel like I'm withering and can't do anything to stop it, in the same way you can't and stop sand from falling in an hourglass. I'm suffocating. My throat burns. Was all the air sucked from the hallway? From the entire school? I sway and by accident stagger toward a window. Desperate for air, I jerk it open. What? I freeze. This is so unbelievable. I can't even find the wherewithal to get confused. Outside the window, the entire campus is a field of endless red. It looks like the school is carved out of the world and plunged into a sea of red. The school building looks like an altar draped in a red canopy. And then finally, I realized what's happening. I move away from the window. I muster up what sense I have left and force my feet to move, heading into the classroom closest to me. Inside, not a single student is seated in any of the chairs. They're all lying on the floor. Even the teacher is on the floor behind the podium. They're still breathing. Everyone is convulsing, as if pleading for help. Nobody is dead yet. The students don't have the strength to get up. They're just waiting to rot away. Seeing their miserable state on the floor, brings to mind the burning ruins from that day. The nausea intensifies, but I can't get a handle of the situation. I take a look at the students on the floor. It's difficult, but we can breathe. They're not dead. If I hurry and get help, there may be a chance to save them. But the moment I check the face of a student nearby, something clicks inside my head. Their skin. It's hard as wax. Not everyone is like this. It varies from person to person, but the most severely weakened student's blood seems to be coagulated around their joints. Oily and glistening, stiff, motionless arms, fixed staring eyes, is just like wax figures. I know this. I recognize the scene. Stop. This is just a hellscape. I know this site well. I said stop. We got the trauma coming in. It's all all that's sustaining me now is anger that has completely eclipsed any fear. My left arm tingles. The command spell on the back of my hand is warning me that the enemy is nearby. I run through my so my breathing is labored. I've long since lost my mind. Oh, the voice I wanted to hear the least. At the end of the hallway, Shinji Mato is standing in front of Class C. My arm throbs. My command spells are screaming at me, telling me the boy just ahead caused all this. Isn't that just the most punchable face you've ever seen? So this is your doing, Shinji? Oh, duh. I can't breathe properly, and I glare at Shinji, who is keeping his distance. He must really like what he's seeing, because the next thing I know, Shinji throws his arms wide and starts cackling in the blood-red hallway. I hate you so much. So you were lying about having something to discuss. Yep, he's willing to kill an entire fucking school because he's jealous. Shinji laughs like it's the funniest thing ever. I guess I've learned never to trust him.
お前でも人を信じないなんてことがあったわけだ。
Well, who the fuck would trust you? You're the most untrustable person on the fucking planet. Shinji's merry laughter bores into my skull like a drill. I have to point out, I'm plenty surprised. I just been bracing myself to learn who set up the bounded field, Shinji or the other master. That was all. But so much for my optimism. I should have settled things with Shinji the moment I learned he was a master. This is my fault. Shinji, why did you do this? Were you lying about not having no intention of fighting too?
いや、それは本当なんじゃない？僕だってこんなものを発動させる気はなかったんだ。これはあくまで交渉材料だったんだよ。爆弾を仕掛けておけば、遠坂だっておいそれと僕を襲わなくなるし、万が一の切り札にもなるからね。
I see, but Tosaka said it would take a few more days to activate the bounded field. Does that mean she miscalculated?
遠坂らしい意見だ。けどさ、結界は完成していないだけで、形はとっくにできているんだぜ。ま、おかげで効果は薄いけどね。この分じゃ一人殺すのに、あと数分はかかるんじゃないかな。
Stop it. The nausea is long since gone. The one thing, that one thing is all I can think to say to Shinji right now.
止めろ？何をだい？まさかこの結界を止めろだなんて言ってるんじゃないだろうな。一度起こしたものを止めるなんて、そんなもったいないことできないな、僕は。
Shinji, I said stop it. Do you have any idea what you've done?
イラつくな。お前、何僕に命令してるわけ？大体さ、これは僕の力じゃないか。止めるかどうかを決められるのは僕だけだし、止めて欲しかったら土下座くらいするのが筋ってもんじゃないの？まったく、藤村といいお前といい、自分の立場が分かってないな。
Hey, what about Fujini?
ね？ああ、藤村ね。この結界ができてからさ、あいつ結構動けたんだよ。でさ、倒れずにいた僕のところまでやってきて、救急車を呼んでとか言ってきたんだ。すごいよね。教育者の鏡ってやつ？けど、そんなもの呼ぶわけにはいかないし、呼ぶ気もないじゃない？藤村のやつ、それでもしがみついてくるもんだからうざくなってさ。
I bet that
ピクリとも動かねえでやんの。
I bet that pissed off all the Fujimura fans.
あの分じゃ真っ先に死んだんじゃねえの？あいつ。
His neck is so close. I could snap it. I feel a switch flipping inside me. Tosaka said about pressing a switch in my head, but it's nothing like that. There's this echoing clang in my head. A firing hammer strikes inside my head, and the inside of my body suddenly switches over. This is your last warning. Stop the bounded field, Shinji.
わからないやつだね。お前に頼まれれば頼まれるほど止めたくなんてなくなる。そんなに気に食わないんなら力ずくでやってみろよ、エミヤ。
Got it. Then it's really simple. All I have to do, I need to stop him so I can stop the bounded field. Something surges inside me. Fiery heat blooms through my whole body. There's no more than 20 meters between me and Shinji. It should only take an instant. My body is surging with vitality, so much more than when I activate my my magic circuits.
本当にバカだね、お前。
A shadow wavers. The dark shape waiting in the corner of the hallway begins to take shape and move. A hard, sharp edge made of darkness itself. It's like a guillotine, ready to cleave anything that approaches Shinji in two. I don't know what kind of magecraft it is. 3 shadows emerge. If that's all there is, I think this is one of the things that leads to a bad end. Oh no, not just yet. No, I can't stop. Not now. No matter how strong it may be, if it doesn't hit me, it won't matter. The 3 blades come at me like a blast of wind. You're an idiot, Shinji! This attack is nothing compared to Saber's. I pass through the gaps between the 3 overlapping shadows. I don't feel any danger from the shadows. There's no problem then. Saber taught me that I shouldn't hesitate as long as I sense that the attack will be fatal. Shinji! I close in on him. He has no shadows protecting him. Just a few more steps, maybe 3 more meters, and I can... Shinji turns and runs. The moment I reach out to grab his back, I feel a chill run through my entire body, and I quickly jerk my arm back. Something cuts through the air. A black blade slices through the space as I'd been occupying just an instant before. I stop. I don't know where she came from, but standing in front of me now, I see the woman dressed in ominous black, so dark, even the most venomous shade of crimson seems pale in comparison. The best servant in the world! I hate that she's Shinji's servant! My mind goes blank with fear. I'm going to die. I don't want to think about it, but the image of my own brutal death fills my head. I sense it. I sense only death. The shadows earlier were nothing like this. Ryder's form blurs. I need to... Okay, this is when that this is the one with we need to focus on. Now, obviously, there's no way I can defeat her. There's too big of a gap between humans and servants. So if I do this, it leads to a bad end. So this isn't going to be a battle. I retreat immediately. This isn't a good time to fight. I need to regroup and make Shinji stop the bounded field. I'm not sure what happened, but I retreat desperately. Fear makes everything in front of me appear completely white. I don't even know what I'm so terrified of. Without thinking, I throw my arm out to cover my neck. Sorry about that. My PC crashed for some reason. Why isn't Steam opening up now? I'm just starting everything back up, and then I'll go. Then I'm going to take a food break. Thanks for the hydrate, Zacho. Also, welcome to the stream. How was your day? Come on. Please. Fortunately, can't hear you right now. What? Since I'm stuck doing my thesis as always, just wanted you to know I'm lurking. Oh, gotcha. I'm going to have to type this again. Okay, and with that, I'm going to take a food break. I'll be back in a bit, guys, and I'll extend the stream for however long I'm gone. All right, I'm back. So, including the crash, I'm estimating we in about 20 minutes, maybe. I think I need to clean my PC. It's about that time, I think. Okay, so yeah, we're not going to do this battle. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but I retreat desperately. Fear makes everything in front of me appear completely white. I don't even want to know what I'm so terrified of. Without thinking, I throw my arm to cover my neck. Something sharp buries itself in my arm. The dull sound of scraping bones tells me the next attack will end me. I run. I can't afford to look back. I just cover my vital spot in my hands as best I can, with my hands as best I can, in my frantic retreat. Creak. The sharp edge slowly soars through my body with a horrible jarring sound. A spray of my own blood blots out my vision. Meanwhile, step on me, please. Ryder is rushing towards me so quickly that I can't even see her. With each cut, I hear sounds I can't even recognize coming from my own mouth. But I continue my desperate retreat, somehow surviving the dozens of fatal blows striking at me. I don't know what I'm doing. Ryder's dagger is buried in my arm. My clothes are tattered and torn, and my flesh is brutally shredded. But I'm still able to shield myself with my own body, blocking the attacks aimed at my neck and head. This isn't a conscious thing at all anymore. Pure instinct drives my reactions as I desperately try to survive Ryder's attacks. My breathing is labored. I'm only running away, rushing along by the imminent death looming over me. Eventually, whatever strength I have left will fade, and she'll catch up to me. Then I'm dead. That's what Saber had been trying to tell me. Don't fight against a servant. And fight wouldn't even be the right word for it. She told me again and again, so why the hell am I in this position now? All I want to do is catch Shinji as fast as possible and make him shut off this goddamn bounded field. So what the hell am I doing? Shinji is elated, his voice triumphant. Ryder nods and swings her dagger in a wide arc. She's striking at my head. I can't dodge. All I can really do is try to prevent her from hitting anything vital. The dagger stabs into my shoulder right below the collarbone. I hear a high-pitched metallic sound and then the click of a tongue. Eh? What? The end of Ryder's dagger is starting to disintegrate. Ryder stops. In that instant, I frantically try to come up with the way to leverage the sudden opportunity. Something strikes me with the force of a sledgehammer, and I go flying out the window. Ow! Worth it! Worth it! It had only been a kick to the stomach, but I go flying, shattering the window. We're on the 3rd floor. Left alone, I'll die of blood loss anyway, so a fall from this height will be enough to finish me off. I mean, an ordinary person would be dead on the spot from a blow strong enough to send me flying like this anyway. I reach out. Maybe I'm not falling yet, or maybe I'm just hallucinating right before I die. My body is still suspended in the air. How? I reach out desperately, gasping for something, anything. The sky is crimson. The skull is pulsating, like a creature's stomach. Am I just going to die letting let something like this happen? Let this happen? Am I going to let myself die without saving so much as a single person? I can't. I grit my teeth furiously. I can't win. This is not even a battle. I knew that going in, but I still screwed it up. There's no more pain. All I fear is sheer rage making my insides unravel. I thought I could do it alone. This is what I get for saying I won't let Saber fight. I was an idiot. I can't save anyone on my own. If I really wanted to end this war, then there was one thing I should have done right from the start. He asked me whether I was really not going to fight, not kill, and not let anyone kill. If I realized my mistake, I should first decide what to fix. Then I decide who to punish. And then I see it. There on my arm, still reaching up as if to touch the heavens. My command spells, waiting for an order. Yeah, this one, I believe, leads to a bad end. Yeah, one of these leads to a bad end, and it's the obvious choice, really. So if I summon, I'll get 2 points to Saber, but that means for a good while, I can't get any Saber points. I have to prioritize other characters I have to prioritize other characters or pick no points until the very last choice. But I'm still going to save the important we get points choices for later in a different slot. So I'll summon Saber. Please come. I murmur those words like a prayer. My life doesn't matter anymore. But to put to stop to the savage brutality. No, come, Saber! I muster up all my strength and call for my blade. One of my command spell strokes disappears. At that very moment, the space around me begins to waver. God, that looks cool. So this is magic. Saber, clad in her silver armor, bursts through the ripples in space and time to appear before me. Ah, my back slams into the ground. I stop breathing. The force of the impact jars every bone and organ in my body. Several ribs crack, or probably break outright. And yet, my body is intact. My bloody arms are still attached. Saber runs to me. Saber. Yes, the greatest servant, Saber. Forcing my numb limbs to move, I push my feet to show her that I'm still all right. There's no time to explain, and you understand what's happening, right, Saber? Take care of Ryder. Only you can beat her. No, there's something else that needs doing first. We need to beat Shinji and Ryder, and as quickly as possible. Nothing is more important. Saber is focused only on me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy about that. But there's no time to argue. If Saber doesn't want to listen, I'll just need to use my second command spell. She must have understood my resolve. Saber reluctantly accepts my decision. Defeat Ryder. I'll handle Shinji. Saber does not hesitate. And she nods and, without another word, turns towards the school building like a whirlwind. I run up the stairs. Ryder and Shinji are on the third floor. I can tell Shinji's on the third floor because of the way my command spells are reacting. The moment I set foot on the third floor, sparks fly. Is that Ryder? I couldn't see, but Saber must have parried Ryder's attempt at a sneak attack from above.
シロ、ライダーはここで倒します。あなたはライダーのマスターを。
She doesn't need to tell me. Saber can't possibly lose to Ryder. She won't. I'm absolutely sure after what little I was able to learn of Ryder's abilities during my brief fight with her, Saber's abilities vastly exceed Ryder's. I'm leaving her up to you, but try not to go too far. It'll be over soon once I stop Shinji. I run right past Saber. At that same instant, Ryder flings a dagger at me with a murderous intent, but Saber rushes in to deflect the attack. I run down the hallway. Ahead, I see a bewildered Shinji. I guess I'll be at a disadvantage if I go at him empty-handed. I need a weapon. It should be long, like a mop leaning against the locker there. Trace on! I pass magical energy through my body and as I run. Maybe I'm not distracted, or maybe I just can't afford to think of anything else. I managed to strengthen the plastic mop with an effort as effortlessly as breathing. The shadows begin to form again. I'm badly injured, but I don't feel the least bit sluggish. More than that, I have a weapon now. That means I don't even need to dodge. I use the mop to smack aside each shadow as it flies towards me. The mop breaks, but I expected as much from something done so hastily. Besides, I don't need it anymore. I'm so close. Shinji! Yeah, fuck you! I lash out with a furious punch. The impact jars my arm, which is still practically cut to ribbons, and so painfully that I nearly pass out. I punch Shinji in the stomach, and then grab him and shove him against the wall. Shinji tries to shove my hand away. Without missing a beat, I kick his grasping arm. I can't even control myself right now. I slam the arm I kicked against the wall and break it. Yeah, how does it feel to be in pain, asshole? I don't even hear Shinji's screams. This is bad. If I don't focus, it might be me who faints. I should hurry up while I can still move. I grab Shinji's hair and smash him against the wall. Scream later. Release the bounded field, Shinji. You really think you're in a position of power right now, fuckhead? I grab Shinji by the throat with an arm I can still control. Blood pours from my arm. It seeps through my clothes and drips onto Shinji's body, staining him. If you won't shut off the bounded field, then I just have to kill you. I don't care which it is, so pick one. Now! I squeeze. It must be all the magical energy coursing through my body. I could snap his neck like a twig. You think I fucking care right now, bitch? Okay then. Bye, Shinji. I squeeze harder. There's no hesitation. Maybe a little sympathy. I feel bad as a fellow mage. Shinji was never taught the rules of being a mage, and so didn't have any problem killing innocents. I loosen my grip around his throat.
ブラッドホードを止めろ。マスターの命が危ないんだぞ。
There's no response from Ryder. But hearing Shinji, Saber takes a step back from Ryder. Ryder lowers her dagger. I see her mouth move.
これでいいんだろう。この結界は特殊らしくてね。一度貼った場所にはそう簡単に貼り直せないらしい。もうここに結界を貼ることはないんだから、その手を離せよ。
That's not how this works. I won. So you do what I say, Shinji, get rid of your command spells. Then we'll never have to fight again.
ふざけるな。そんな真似ができるもんか。レイジがなくなったらライダーを従えられない。そうなったら僕は。
You won't be a master anymore. Then you go to the church in Shinto. I hear they protect masters who drop out of the war. Or is it something else? Or is it something else? Were you lying when you said you made a bounded field to protect yourself?
別にそんなこと言ってないだろう。僕はただマスターになってサーバントを従えていれば。
He thought he could be a mage. But what's the point of becoming one? It's over, Shinji. If you're not going to get rid of your command spells, I'll just have to cut them out.
剥ぎ取る。
Shinji tilts his head in genuine wonderment. This isn't an act. Shinji really doesn't know what I'm talking about. Well, you see,
離れて。
I hear Saber shout. Maybe it's all the training at the dojo, but my body reacts to Saber's words before my brain processes them. I let go of Shinji and jump back. At the moment, Ryder's dagger swings through the spot I'd been standing in a heartbeat before. Shouldn't that be at that moment?
Ryder!
下がりなさい、マスター。この場から離脱します。
シロ、下がって。ライダーは結界維持に使っていた魔力を全て解放するつもりです。
What? Unleash the magical energy? I look towards Ryder. She does seem odd. The way she just appeared here when she'd been confronting Saber a second ago. The cold air emanating from her. Everything about her is suddenly more intimidating than she has ever been.
ライダー、何考えてんだお前。エミヤのサーバントにさえ勝てないくせに勝手なことしてんじゃない。
You shut your whore mouth!
はい。確かに私ではセイバーに及びません。ですがご安心を。我がホームは他のサーバントを凌駕しています。たとえ相手が何者であろうと、我の失踪を妨げることができる。
Ryder raises her dagger. What? Everyone gasps in surprise. For some reason, Ryder presses her dagger to her neck and slashes her own throat. Ryder red sprays everywhere. Blood gushes from the black-clad Ryder's pale neck.
何を。
Shinji is just as surprised as the rest of us. No matter how extraordinary servants may be, a slashed throat is fatal. Ryder will bleed out and disappear on her own. The splattered blood stops mid-air and slowly forms into a circle. A magic circle drawn in blood. It's a pattern I've never seen before. The design resembles a creature, an ominous creature. Ryder's created a giant lump of magical energy. The bounded field from earlier seems like child's play compared to this magic circle. What? I'm being pushed back. This must be the truly massive amount of magical energy. I'm being pushed back as if by a strong wind. Saber grabs me and jerks me back. She faces down Ryder, and her magic circle as she protects me. A throbbing sound pulses through the school. With the sound of rending flesh, Ryder's hair swirls around her. Oh shit! Saber tucks my hand and drags me to the ground. There's a roar, and then a flash. I close my eyes against the raging wind. But even with my eyes closed, I still feel its intensity. Something white streaks by. A huge bolt of light shoots down the hallway at tremendous speed. Holy shit! All I see before me is dreadful destruction. Shinji and Ryder are gone. The bolt of light wasn't after us. It was probably meant to... It was probably a means of escape. My wounds hurt. I feel a hammering in my head. The heat flowing through my body quickly fades. I don't hear Saber's question. My vision goes blank white. I'm having a dream. Maybe this is what death looks like to me. The closer I get to death, the more I keep seeing these images I don't want to see. I see motionless bodies crumbling and disappearing. That moment when everyone desperately sought help, but none came. That was painful. It was so terrible, it hurt to even live. And I thought maybe just disappearing would put me out of my misery. Dazed, I reached my hand out, but not because I wanted help. I just thought the sky was so far away. It was my final thought, I think. And then I lost consciousness, and my outstretched hand fell to the ground. Or rather, it should have. A large hand grabs the smaller one as it falls. He rushed into the fire to save somebody, and found me. I remember that face. I remember the tears pooling in his eyes, how overjoyed he was to have found a living human being. He looked so happy. It seemed almost like he was the one being saved, not me. And then, he actually looked envious of me, who was on the brink of death. He even looked grateful for something as he rescued the strange child. It was a turning point in my life. The weakness I showed in accepting death became a strength, a desire to live. My mind, which had practically gone blank, was filled with joy at being saved in that moment. I tried moving I tried moving my fingers with the strength I had left so, as not to let go of the man's hand. And then I finally passed out. The next thing I knew, I was in hospital, and the man who saved me had come to visit. That was 10 years ago. From then on, all I ever did was follow in Kiritsugu's footsteps. The only thing I could think of was being like him. It's not because he saved me. I couldn't shake off the image of his face back then, and I tried to become the same thing. I've been striving for that ever since. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I dreamed I wouldn't notice. That's right, that I would one day. I held to the hope, the dream that one day I, too, would be saved if I could smile like Kiritsugu did back then. New weapon? No servant? Huh, no servant. Unnamed dagger. Large nail-like weapon and weapons that Ryder uses. Its source is unknown, but it's thought to represent her inner nature. Look at that. Like, it's such a simple design, but it's really cool. Okay, we are actually going to end there for today, because it is about time. All right then. So sorry about that kerfuffle earlier. Again, I think I just need to clean my PC. It's about time to do that. Yeah, we still made progress regardless. This is going to be annoying to edit. Not annoying because it's going to be any more work. Just annoying because I hate it when I have to combine two videos. But, like, yeah. Let us set up a raid. Let's raid Rue. He's in the middle of a donathon right now. Alright, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you like my stuff and you haven't already, please leave a follow. It helps me as a small VTuber. I upload all my stuff on YouTube, and you can also check my socials down there. So, tomorrow, we will... we will be continuing Hollow Knight and working towards the next ending. So I hope to see you there. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Metis Balaska, signing out.